Hey, Chaos. Yeah, we went
There we go.
Santa this week.
Yeah, we had to start it out like funny. We had to do it funny.
Oh yeah,
We had to do it funny.
totally.
What's up, everybody? This is Lagging Out, and I am one of the 4 very talented hosts of Lagging Out that likes to spit on myself, apparently. So welcome to another exciting Friday night. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. I had the little twinkles in the back there. Very festive. Lighting engineer, because I'm a lighting artist, and like subliminal messages all over my background, but you guys don't want to see that. You want to see who else is co-hosting. She is, I think, broadcasting from her computer. Are you?
Brand new.
No?
No.
Not yet?
No.
So she still hasn't said...
Having a hotspot.
Oh, you're in a hotspot.
I'm a cheap bastard, okay? I'm trying to save money.
No, it's perfectly fine.
It's called survival, and you happen to be one of the fittest, being what your previous profession was.
Yeah, now I eat like a fat ass. Nice.
And you still don't gain a goddamn pound.
And please welcome Blacklight Oni.
Cheers.
He is in front of an open fire. He's warm and
Always.
toasty and wearing his brand new Lagging Out t-shirt, American Gamer. Please welcome Hero.
That's right. Bitches, I'm the bearded bastard. Come at me.
That's right. And you can get one of those shirts at our Lagging Out store. And he is dressed in his ho 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 Santa hat. And I think they're earphones. I don't know what they are.
They're
But-
supposed to be.
Okay. So they look like elf ears but headphones at the same time.
They,
Please welcome.
They look like Transformer ears.
They kind of do.
I was thinking this is Evangelion.
There you go.
He is
Don't blast
the
me on
only
Twitter.
co-host that runs at 60 frames a second. Please welcome Soda.
I was going to say ho ho ho, but I don't get blasted on Twitter.
You're already there, so why
Oh,
not?
yeah, that's true.
There's
And
something, but we might get one.
Please cue the 4-shot. All right, here we go. There.
Quick,
It's like good thing I put like this.
shout out your friend before it's too late.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
You have
So,
a special shout out.
yes, I got a special shout out, everybody. For those of you who once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away known as Earth in the world of Azeroth played World of Warcraft, there were many great musicians that kicked off, I would say, made YouTube as popular as it is these days. I have a very special friend that I happened to run into not so long ago. He was one of these guys. I will, for reasons that are his own, not call out his original name. I'd like to call out It's Enough. It's spelled ENVF, as you know, rap stars don't generally spell things correctly on purpose because it looks cool. I don't know. I don't understand it myself, but it's
called
enough.
Child Dad.
Okay. But I want to shout him out because this guy was one of the greats of parody music back in the day, using all manners of different beats, borrowing or covering different songs. This guy was, I just can't say it enough. He was an artist, like a real genuine artist. Hey, shout out to you, man.
Awesome.
He's
Yeah.
got a YouTube channel that he's actually staging his comeback, and he wants to do more some more serious stuff. So when I get a chance here, I'm gonna just go ahead and drop his channel link in our chat.
Sure.
You guys go
Go
pay
for
him
it.
a sub and listen to some hot beats once he gets rolling.
Well, we kind of need kind of new ambient lagging out music.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo,
Hey,
enough.
hey.
Shout out, bro.
Yeah.
Come
We'll give
come
you
hit me
credit.
up. We'll see if you could get us some good cool beats for our videos that we do on YouTube.
Yeah, we totally give credit to in the very beginning. So we put it in the credit because the average viewer doesn't watch the entire video. So we
Unfortunately.
always put the credits in the beginning, so that way everyone sees it. And I totally agree with Zerk. We need an Oni plushie and a blacklight. We totally need an Oni plushie. I think that would be really cool. She's getting fans. I don't think she's used to people liking her or something because she's so humbled by it.
That sounds right. My family likes me. My pets like me.
That's all that really matters.
We'll get her
though.
all decked out, Kale. Give us a a bit. We'll get her all set up.
Party rocking for lagging out. Thank you, Nova. Yes, totally. And we call our chatters Team Legion or the Legionnaires or the Lagging Out Legion. Either one of those three. Doesn't really roll off the tongue that well, but Team Legion, LOLs, the LOLs. And
Isn't Legion a team though? So
Legion is a group, I guess. I don't know the
Yeah.
exact definition. I left my
And
Merriam-Webster
for
dictionary
those of
in
you
my
that
closet.
are not
But,
ready yet, I'm dropping Enough's link in the chat.
All right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
we love a good
Well,
comeback.
that's a
We love
really
a great
long.
comeback.
Okay, yeah, go check him out on that YouTube link in the chat there, guys. But we have a lot
Thank
of
you
stuff.
for stopping by. It means a lot.
Yes, definitely.
Totally.
Also, Light Boys Gaming is getting ready for his tournament. So thank you for stopping by as well. And
Good luck.
yeah, he's going to crush it. He does
Destroy that.
Halo, and he does Halo and COD.
Oh, sweet.
So
Oh, he does Halo? Man, I need him on my squad.
yeah, he's like a higher level. So I was playing with him and actually have a clip of me play. Actually jump into his stream and actually have a clip of that to watch later, and it's hilarious. They put me in the host, and I just make a bunch of jokes about like, you put me at the host. I'm like, oh my god, and they're just like rolling laughing the whole time. It is a fun group to hang out with. But yeah, I can tell I was in a higher level group when I was playing Halo with him, because I was going like 7 and 17, and this dude's got like dead eye aim. It's just like ridiculous. It's just fucking obscene how good.
Hey,
he
Light
is.
Boys, if I'm ever in a game in Halo with you, I hope your back is strong. You be carrying my ass. My KD is atrocious.
Yeah, and you
I'll
can
go
actually-
15 and 15.
Light Boys is actually in
On
our
live
face.
stream?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Are you admitting on live stream that you are a blueberry?
Bro, I'm terrible at
He's a
shooters.
dancing blueberry.
Play alone. I don't need people judging me or going, "You fucking suck." I fucking know. I live with
I don't.
you.
think
Don't
guys,
know my shame.
I don't know if you guys remember Draco.
I don't remember him. It's been a while.
He called me out of the blue. He's like, "He's played Call of Duty." I'm like, "I'm retired," but he wants to play Call of Duty, so I just might have to make an announcement about my Call of Duty playing next week or the week after. So there might be
Bruce,
an
you have to
announcement
come out of
on there.
retirement.
I might. Hey, Bandit can't be the only one coming out of retirement. You know, it's just saying, like, it's kind of a reciprocal thing. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I think the title was oh fuck, I know we're going to be talking about D&D. We're also going to be talking about the new Sonic trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of other subjects, and also Q&A with the chat. If you guys contributed amazing. We were talking about after the show. We were talking about you guys after the chat, how amazing our last live was. And I
And
think
it was
it's
popping off.
It was like you guys were just going fucking crazy with the questions, and it was amazing. What's WOS can suck it? What does that mean?
I think he's talking about Wizards of the
Oh,
Wizards of the Coast. It's not WOS, it's WOC.
yeah. I
okay.
shared that at work about what was going on. They're like, "Oh, what's going on?" I'm like,
What has
they-
it been?
Exactly.
"Right."
So
Well,
Like,
that's as
I-
bad as Stan Lee's family getting sued, you know?
Oh
Wow.
no, no.
all right, like boys, no problem. Have a great stream, brother.
Good luck.
Yep.
May
Hey,
the
kick
force
some
be
ass,
with you.
bro.
May the force be with you. Always.
Also with you.
I have a buddy who can actually do the perfect Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope. He does it dead on perfect. It's crazy. So what do we want to talk about first?
Let's shoot off with the.
Well, since you know what, since Nova Dragon kicked it off, I might as well pick it up.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna run it back, guys. I don't know shit about sports.
You don't
But,
know what a 3-6-3 double play is?
No, I know what a strike is. How about a split?
You're on 2 strikes now with me there, hero.
I know that golf was invented by the Scots. For
There you
some
go.
reason.
There you go. For real though, this is some actual serious news that I did not expect. It kind of the
Lagging out news break.
yeah. So about, I would say, almost a month ago at this point, we actually talked about live on our stream the amazing news at my. At the
What's
time,
up,
that was my
everybody?
opinion.
This is Chieftain,
Whoops,
and
what
I'm
the
here
hell?
with Blacklight Oni and Hero, and
What?
you're watching the Tri-Bar Award.
Yeah,
No, you're
don't
not.
tell me that's gonna
Go
run
ahead,
all
sorry
the way
about
through. Same shit.
We already did that.
Yeah, we did that already.
Later.
So about a month ago, we actually talked about what I thought was the most amazing news, and that was that TSR was making a comeback. TSR
Thank you for the host, Light
was,
Boys.
hey, you awesome, bro. TSR was the originators, the OGs, the creators, the legends that brought about Dungeons and Dragons. I know I give them a lot of fanfare there, a long, lengthy introduction. Anyways, the TSR were the legends that created Dungeons and Dragons, and at the helm, if you will, was the legendary, God rest his soul, Gary Gygax.
Good name. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean that was
Yeah.
like a character name in and of itself. You just, I don't know, either the legendary barbarian or the master wizard that knew all the spells.
I don't know. It sounds like a fucking dragon to me, and I'm good with that.
I'd go with
it
that.
Sounds like a KKK member,
Whoa.
Hold up.
the Grand
That's
Klansman.
it. We're done. See
It's
ya.
like
Yeah,
Nice
no.
knowing everybody.
awkward.
Hey, how
Good
dare
night,
you
Good night
everybody.
knowing you guys.
how dare you put Gary Gygax and them in the same sentence? How could you do this to Mr. Gygax?
But
I hope you roll I hope you roll a 1 next time you roll a die.
no, Nova's coming out with the Munimouth right out the gates. Anyways,
I put it at 10,000, so I'm never quiet.
So Gary Gygax was at the helm of this. Okay, so fast forward a few years in the 90s, Wizards of the Coast, WotC, whatever you want to call them, they bought the company TSR specifically so that they could own the rights to Dungeons and Dragons and put out new Dungeons and Dragons themselves. Over the course of that time, they allowed the trademark for the name TSR to lapse. Fast forward a few more years, somebody, I don't know what he was doing, who he was, he came along, bought the rights to that trademark, and made a company with that name, and then he let that lapse. So
I
fast
don't know how
forward
these
to,
guys let these lapse. Can you explain that to the viewers?
they just let the trademark go
They
without
just
paying the
didn't
licensing
renew it?
fee.
Oh.
They
Yes.
just failed to renew it. And
If I
this
recall,
is
this is kind of like a patent.
effectively.
You basically own that thing. Now,
Well,
in
it's just confusing. It's such a big thing. Would just let their.
It's a
shit
big
lapse.
deal, but here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Well,
They were not worried about somebody coming along and picking up that
okay.
name.
All right.
And this actually plays a part in the story. So I'm gonna go ahead and accelerate a little bit to get to the point. So whoever the hell this dumb shit or not, I don't know. I have no idea who the guy was. Whoever this guy was, he let it lapse, and then along comes a legendary name. I'll call it Ernie Gygax, the son of Gary Gygax, and he gets the old band back together. He grabs some
the
of the
rightful heir to the throne.
he gets
Right,
some of the original creators that helped found original TSR. He gets some of the authors that ran Dragonlance under his belt. He gets all these people together. He gets the raiding party, the Dungeons and Dragons party together to go and embark on an epic tale and adventure for Dungeons and Dragons to create new tabletop games. And promptly gets slammed by the online neophytes that shill for big companies, WotC. So what happens? What actually happens here is WotC behind the scenes talking on Slack channels, talking on, social media, on text groups and shit, behind the scenes talk to some of their convention organizers and gets new TSR banned from Gen Con, which, by the way, was founded in part by Gary Gygax.
That's a shit move.
Yeah, that's very.
They have this happen because somebody took interviews with Ernie Gygax and took official New TSR's Twitter posts intentionally out of fucking context and put it out there so that the twittards, and I'm not going to say the other ones, the Twitter retards, the justice
I don't think you can say retard.
fighters. You're probably right. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Call them slow adults.
I'll just call them idiots. How's that? They get all this information and they put it out on Twitter and they say we are always inclusive and blah blah blah. We always focus on diversity and inclusion. We have nothing to do with all this other crap.
Every week it's the same fucking bullshit with a different.
I know,
company.
right? With a different company,
So
and they wonder
fucking
why they're
sick of
losing
this.
money.
So fucking sick of that. Why are you going to alienate half your fucking half your group? Because the people that voted for Trump or are conservative are not going to free out admit it, because it's easier to come out as homosexual, gay, or an alphabet person than to come out as a Trump supporter of Republicans. If you just shut your fucking mouth, you wouldn't lose money on this. It's like you think you're cutting your nose to spite your face. I can't stand the fucking stupidity. Okay, off my soapbox. Go ahead. I just fucking can't stand stupid people. I'm so sick of fucking stupid people. I just throw them in a fucking lava pit or fucking something. They should all fucking step on Legos. Ugh! Hashtag triggered.
Yeah, I think that triggers a lot of us that actually have
can't
brains and think about shit, So.
Like, shut your fucking mouth.
You
know
what
I'm saying,
yeah,
Hero?
that's too hard for people to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
what
They should get kicked in the nuts.
Mhm.
These are the same people that say birthing people. Then all
Or
of a sudden,
birthing
like
persons.
this thing,
Persons that give birth.
yeah, birthing persons. These are the same people. But when the abortion thing wasn't turned over by the Supreme Court, all of a sudden they're women again. Pick a side. Pick a fucking side. Are they birthing people or are they women?
Right?
Shut the fuck up. You
Hey,
all need to
hit
shut
the
the
button,
fuck
hit
up.
the button,
You're
hit the
losing
button.
money. Why are you so insistent and loving losing fucking money? I'm
Hit
coming
the
out
button,
next
Chief.
week on something, and if people fucking leave, I don't fucking care at this point, because they can all eat my fucking dick at this point. I just don't care what people think anymore. I don't give a fuck what people think anymore. Fuck over redeem the Muta Mouth? What?
Ah! All right,
Come
all
on,
right.
he was just on a roll.
so
what are you
to-
doing?
Man,
So-
I was
so
on a
to-
great tangent. All right,
Actually, what you're saying is the tale of TSR is essentially the story of the Lord of the Rings, with
Tale
Ernie
of Two
Gygax,
Cities.
with Ernie Gygax being Aragorn, denied the throne of Rohan because some throne warmer wants to try to keep it in his family.
Pretty much.
While you have Sauron watching everything, sending out minions, and for the One Ring, which is
Watsy.
Yeah.
So this isn't where the story ends.
of course not, because that
When that
easy.
happened, there was actually a sub company that was under publishing, under writing for New TSR. And it was like they were called Frozen Giant or Frost Giant or something like that. They were coming out with this nice new game. And here's the bad thing. These were a bunch of private companies, small companies working together to get this thing rolling, to put out some products, to get TSR propped up so they could get rolling, because you can't compete when you're a small guy. You can't compete on the big guy scale. So they were working together. Well, Frost Giant or whoever the heck they were, I can't remember what their actual name was. They actually were the ones that were running the official New TSR Twitter account, and they wouldn't shut the fuck up. They just kept going and going and going, fighting against the people that were the Twitter idiots that were coming at them. And they it ended up that New TSR and that company started going separate ways. And the problem was that company, and I love the look on your face. That company, they were the launch title, effectively. They were the launch game for new TSR. So they went their separate ways. They're going a different publishing direction, and effectively Ernie Gygax and new TSR, they go underground for a few months. It's been a few months since I've heard anything. New news comes out though. New news comes out, and new TSR is coming at WotC with a lawsuit. Hands down. The papers are public and served. You can find them out there. I'm not going to waste our time to look it up because we got other topics to get to. But new TSR is suing Wizards of the Coast. Basically, what Wizards of the Coast is doing in their campaign against new TSR is they are taking every book, every publication that still has the TSR publishing watermark on it, which they have not yet removed. And they are putting a diversity and inclusion disclaimer on the publication saying that Wizards of the Coast does not condone racism, blah, blah, blah. It amounts to, hey, the original people put this in their material and we're not going to remove it because that's like denying it ever happened. We are acknowledging that it happened, but these values do not match our own. They're ignoring the fact that all of this content was a fantasy world design concept. It's in a fantasy world. This is not real world discrimination. The fact of the matter is these games, these fantasy stories were spawned off of a medieval time kind of concept.
5 hours later.
Shit like that used to happen all the time. Go ahead, Oni.
A couple of things.
Chieftain's an ass.
So, having a disclaimer on, say, the beginning of an episode of a classic cartoon that was created during a time where morals were different. I could understand because it's like, look, things changed, but we don't feel it right to remove this because this did happen, and this is what did happen. This is part of our history. It would be worse to deny it. Okay, I can get that. Last I checked, if you have a logo on something, there are royalty fees. And since you don't own TSR, you can't fucking use it. It's not yours.
See, that's the thing. The publications, because Dungeons and Dragons is still a property owned by Wizards of the Coast, which, by the way, the parent company of Wizards of the Coast is Hasbro. And I've heard whispers that Wizards of the Coast is about to go to market to be sold.
Hey, can we buy it?
I don't know.
I got $3.
It depends how many people sub and like give us donations.
I know, right? But that being said, the Wizards of the Coast is basically trying to do a slap clause against it, anti-slap, but it ain't working because new TSR, they have a case that they can argue if they argue it right, because many, and I mean many, of the original people that were under the banner of TSR are actually still alive and still work in the industry, and they're having problems finding work because Dungeons and Dragons have these disclaimer tags in them saying, hey, our values don't match the values of the original creators, implying that the original creators were racist.
It's like the assumption on orcs were supposed to be a certain race of people. No, they weren't. No, that's not how a fantasy place works. And that's not my fault that you don't understand it.
Last time I checked, if you want to play that card, the last time I checked, the humans are still a race in Dungeons and Dragons, and there are
Yeah.
many, and I mean many different colors of humans in Dungeons and Dragons, and they actually have environmental regions where people with different skin colors exist.
Look at Skyrim. Look at Skyrim. You've got the Nords, you've got Bretons. By the way,
True.
yeah, I was this age old when I found out Bretons are actually they're an ethnic race. They are an ethnic group you can identify. I don't know too much about them, so please don't ask. I haven't gotten that far yet. But I'm pretty sure they're called the Red Guard. They have very dark skin, and they have like this in the Elder Scrolls universe. They have a very illustrious history of being mercenaries. So it's like you want them as your fighters and barbarians. Hire them. So this idea of everything's got to be racist. The more you try to say, oh, this has to be anti-racist, this has to be anti-racist, you'll start seeing it everywhere. You'll start seeing the boogeyman around every corner. That's a really shitty way to live. It sucks. You know, if you keep thinking everyone's against you, you'll forget how to just live, how to enjoy your time. So, you know, I wish TSR the best. Gygax, I raised my axe with you, okay? You have my axe. I have a Claymore sword. And
They can kiss my axe.
We'll let the fires for you defeat Sauron, because it should never have gone this way.
No, absolutely not.
Now,
it makes me not
D&D
even
is that
want to
game
play
that you
Magic.
sit in front of things and roll dice and create characters with character sheets, right?
Hell fucking yeah.
Okay.
And it makes
would
me
be
not
it.
even want to play Magic the Gathering. Like, Games Workshop, if I recall, is owned technically by Wizards of the Coast.
Yes.
So
yes, they
you
are.
can't-
In fact.
So if you want to buy
yeah.
a lot of these comic book shops, a lot of these card shops work alongside of Games Workshop, because it's where you can get.
Let me
most-
do something here. I'm gonna show something here. It looks like well, damn, my background didn't go back to normal. Go back to none, damn it. There it is. Let me show you guys something. This is how long I was a fan of Wizards of the Coast.
Please don't show us a tattoo on your ass.
That's a very snazzy shirt with our logo
Oh.
on the back.
Gathering cards.
Oh.
We can't see them. But it makes me not want to play that anymore.
Cards coming out my ass.
I want to. And that's where I was going to go with. So if you want to buy certain pieces that are replicas, you generally go through Games Workshop if you want to support your local card shop. But the problem is, because they have to use Games Workshop, they're still kind of getting screwed. But then with Magic cards, Magic the Gathering is technically now in the same universe as Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. The War of the Spark, if I recall, is kind of when those two worlds kind of merged together in their continuities. So if you want to play Magic Gathering, you're basically supporting Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah,
Instead
you
of
are.
your local-
It's 100%
And
related.
I would rather a local card shop. I want to change my deck to have a certain planeswalker. I want a specific Ashiok card, because it turns out maybe I should just play a black-blue deck, because fuck everybody. I don't have to win. I just need to make you suffer, and that'll make me feel better. Anyways, I would have to support Wizards of the Coast because I have to buy their stuff. It fucking sucks that they own so many great intellectual properties, but they have been garbage to their fans. They've been garbage to the people who made them who they were for no reason.
Oh yeah.
They are garbage at business. They are garbage at the way they treat people, customer or not. They've lost sight of the true magic, which is the magic of coming together in solidarity for this place. This moment in time cannot be truly replicated, because the people there, the emotions, building the story together, they've lost it. So yeah, I hope whoever buys them out, please do better than them. You almost
I
can't
hope
do
somebody does. Like as I said, it's only a rumor. It's only a rumor that Hasbro's planning on selling Wizards of the Coast, and it really is because of a lot of the backlash that Wizards of the Coast and a lot of the drama they've been drumming up. It really is. There's just
Drama.
there's just no way about it. No other way about it.
And I will do. Sorry.
But at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'm sorry. Wizards of the Coast hasn't been with it. I
5 hours later.
Dude, you're a dick.
Motherfucker.
But what I just gotta say that I've got 20 years of Magic the Gathering cards in that closet right there, and I've got an overflow over here.
I mean, if you got an alpha deck laying around, you can shoot it over to me if you want.
Man, I wish I did. I lost a lot of my cards years ago, but it's just I haven't bought any new cards recently because really Wizards has just been fucking up, and I mean royally. And not only that, but I don't really have anybody to play with around here, unfortunately.
I do want to say though, you were mentioning about the company that was working with TSR, that was their predominant platform to release the product.
That was actually the company they parted ways with.
Yes.
Was supposed to. They were the people that created. They were the creators for what was going to be the launch product for new TSR. Like when they went official, they were going to release that first.
I will say, social media and public relations is a very fickle game because it's not always black and white. People are organic, whether we remember that or not.
I'm actually a cyborg.
This is one of those times where I would say, this is when you need to learn when to shut the fuck up.
Absolutely.
Are you willing to spite the entire... Are you willing to spite your partner and sacrifice everything you've worked for a battle that you really shouldn't be fighting right now? You are not ready for that. Or should you just say what you need to say in terms of marketing, public relations, marketing, product, and
Sounds
not
like
respond,
a bunch of first world problems that shouldn't
and just get your shit done. And that way, you and your partner actually, have a product out there that's public and you're making money. And then you can prove through the product, through your actions, the quality that you are. But instead, they decided to not stop. I understand wanting to defend yourself, but there's a time and a place, and there's a way to do it. And you know what? You got to pick and choose your battles. So I hope it was worth it. Given the way I'm seeing this battlefield, it doesn't look like it was the right decision. You don't have to win every battle to win the war. Just putting that out there. Words of advice.
Unfortunately, it is what it is, but Frozen Giant, Ice Giant, Frost Giant, I don't remember what the company was called again. I'll look it up some other time and recover. But that being said, they mishandled it. They misjudged the jump. They did not land the trick. 0 out of 10.
Cost them dearly along the road.
Oh yeah,
to say
it did.
I had a falling out with a business partner. That does not look well, unless it was the business partner ran out of money, or there were some legal issues that had nothing to do with us. But if it's because of bad blood, people may not want to work with you.
Yeah. Well, to close out this topic, because we've gone on about it for a while, to close out this topic, Wizards of the Coast's counter to new TSR suing them over their little warning labels that are put on all the TSR products that Wizards of the Coast owns, which is everything Legacy D&D, everything Legacy Dragonlance, basically everything that new TSR would technically have a successor claim to because, of who they are. All that stuff, all those things that have disclaimers and stuff, Wizards is being sued for those disclaimers. Wizards' response to that is, hey, bro, you can't do that. You can't even use your name. We own that name.
Except you don't.
Except they let it lapse. Long story short, Wizards don't have a case. TSR does. Get wrecked, bitch.
just bring in that certificate of authenticity, like, hey, do you see this? Do you know why it's on my side of the courtroom? Because I own it. And then you like lick it seductively, just rub it in their faces.
Free juicy.
Indeed, it is.
Could
So,
be interesting.
on to the
Yes.
next. Get lag bombed, Waxy. Thank you, Nova. Thank you.
Hey, IGN, you just
I
got
hope they roll a one in
lag-bombed.
their diplomacy.
Thank you.
CSR,
I-
I'm wishing you the highest rolls in charisma.
Amen to that.
I hope you get massive mana. Is that
I'm
a
going to
thing?
use my endless mana combo. Get wrecked, Watsy. Destroyed by your own shit.
Actually,
Hey,
go grab my. I
IGN.
don't have my match cards right now. Those are in storage. But I did find my Yu-Gi-Oh card deck.
Hey, Frosted
Hold on.
Giant, you
Hold
just
on.
got
It
I'm gonna do
lag-bombed.
it.
didn't win too many battles in high school, but it certainly made a lot of people not want to battle me just because of the sheer torment it would cause. But this was also, I stopped playing around the time Synchro Monsters came out, because once those came out, given what I knew,
Oh, look
oh,
at
that's
that.
nice. You can't, with Synchro Monsters, there is
Got a lot
no
of
real
business
counter
cards.
to it because polymerization requires the cards. Synchro Monsters, you just need tuners, and you can bring them out whenever.
This right
Hey,
here
yo.
are all tournament. Well, at one point, we're all tournament viable decks. I made them all. I built them all. This is just a bunch of stuff. Now, what you weren't able to see was when I opened my closet, my entire top shelf in my closet has boxes and boxes and boxes of Magic cards.
If I give you cards that I'm looking for, could you hook me up? I will pay.
If you give me specific cards you're looking for, I can find them. My main source was Amazon.
Because like there's like 4 types of the main planeswalker I want, and I only really want one of them. And then I'm gonna need a lot of blue cards because I don't have any because I was a green black deck. My original planeswalker was Froska, but
Let me
don't-
guess. Let me
the way I
guess. Was this guy named Jace Balaran?
no. I was a green blue. I was a green black deck. I had Froska.
Oh,
That sounds racist.
And yeah, she fucked him too. But yeah, he decided to abandon her. Good job. Yes. Abandon a Gorgon. That'll go so well with you, buddy. Yeah, Jace needs to keep it in his pants. From what I heard, he likes
Whoa.
his private time with women. Bro.
when he was younger, he was very, very immature and very. Huh?
And then he got cocky, and then he really caused some damage, and someone died. And
Yeah,
and then he got amnesia.
I like where this is
Spoiler alert.
going.
Yeah. Jace did a lot of stuff, and actually, Jace was, if I recall correctly, Jace was the apprentice to Urza. Wow, that just goes and shows my age. Urza.
Fat chicks need
We're
love
talking
too.
about. We're talking like old school, back in the day, like days of Alpha story right here with Urza.
Yeah, I've googled their wiki page. So I'm sort of familiar with the names. Like, I mean, this is like way before Nicole Bolas. You know that?
Yeah. Well, Nicobolus is one of those twisted characters.
Hey, you must
that,
be a
like,
parking
we talked
ticket,
about
'cause
them.
you got fine
Nicobolus
written all over you.
actually existed around the Phyrexian period as well, which was when Urza was a big deal. God, talking about this, I feel so goddamn old.
I mean, Ashnod's a pretty new planeswalker, but they're like,
Well, Alpha's been
what
out
if I-
since what, 93?
Thought it was like almost 89, not quite. I think they were still developing it then.
Well, they
If
only
it's all
made
the same to you
10,000
guys,
Alpha.
I don't know what
so-
the fuck you're talking about.
Is it weird that I know this shit? Yeah.
No,
Oh, wait.
it wasn't my
oh,
genre.
Chieftain just feels left out. Aww.
No, I was gonna
F in the chat.
Why do you think he's been harassing us with the fucking buttons all night long so far?
Like, move the fuck on. Who cares?
He really is.
He's just sad no one's talking about him.
No, it's okay. I know there's a genre that people like to listen to, so I just like was sitting back and listening, trying to
Well,
pretend to be.
I liked
interested.
the art. The art of Wizards of the Coast is really good, and it's certainly gotten better over the years. I prefer older Dungeons and Dragons art to like 3.5.
Mhm.
I just feel like this new stuff is like super clean, but it's so clean. I know it's
So
digital,
if
and I
if I
like.
had if I had one thing to say, I'm definitely a 3.5 fan, but I've played Dungeons and Dragons like since first edition. So I'm familiar with all of it. 3.5 was where I really felt at home because I understood the rules. I know most of the rules. I actually own the majority, I'll say, because I have no idea how many books there are out of the 3.5 set and the 3.0 set. And the art was awesome. The stories were amazing. I would think that if we were to move forward with the 3.5, rule sets and apply the modern art to it, I would think that it would benefit. But I just can't bring myself to it. It's just the
I like
values
the
of Wizards of the Coast. They're
Yeah.
doing a wizard prom setting in the new rules. A wizard prom.
Okay, Harry.
Like, what the hell? It's
a real
feeling
thing.
it's like
Dobby's a
Harry
free
Potter.
bitch.
Like
Dobby's a
like
free bitch.
look, if you love
What
Harry
did you
Potter,
just
that's
say?
fine.
I said Dobby's a free bitch.
Don't need, let that be homebrew. You need to let homebrew have its thing.
And
think
that was
the
the
ma-
thing. People
the
were
magic-
all saying that, and I'm sorry for talking over you. I really am. But people like these modern players and the modern rule makers for Dungeons and Dragons are saying that, oh, you guys, you old hats, you people that used to play were gatekeeping the tabletop gaming scene. You guys need to stay the fuck out because now you need to move over for the new players. And it's just like, what the
Eh?
fuck are you talking about?
I don't think
Yeah,
they
you
don't
guys
really, eh?
were keeping out. You guys were being racist and discriminatory, keeping out women and people of color, and I'm just like,
Fucking
bitch.
stop.
No. A
I'm,
lot
I'm
of
literally like, bitch. If a woman came in and wanted to play tabletop gaming with me, I'd be like, oh hell yeah, come
First of
on over.
all-
I'd love to have you at my table.
First of all, have you ever seen D&D players like back in the day? It was all dudes that weren't getting laid anyway. They weren't excluding anyone. They were the ones being excluded. The D&D kids in my school were the nerds that got beat up all the fucking time. They were the outcasts back then.
Guess
So
what?
these people
Guess
have
what?
the fucking nerve to say something like this? Are they fucking high?
Here's my
They
thing.
understand where like
Probably.
D&D
Here-
came
here's-
from?
here's
It's from
the
kids
real
that had
story.
no fucking friends, and then it got popular, and then everyone got all fucking pissy about it. Shut
Here's
the fuck
the
Usually how
up.
it
real
goes.
story of the day, Chieftain. Here's the real story of the day, Chieftain. You and Soda would be the guys that would be sneaking over to my house to hang out with me and
Yes.
play D&D with me because you
Hey, I
didn't
did.
want other people to know, the popular people to know that the sports jocks
Right.
were coming over to have fun and they didn't want to
Exactly.
lose their popularity over hanging out with the goddamn nerd.
Right. Well, I was in
I-
choir, so I was hanging. I was
Yeah,
like in
most
the
of my
between.
friends were dorks anyway, so like I was,
But I understand.
Here's-
I understand
I-
the
I-
narrative you're trying to say there because that's what the narrative was back in the 80s and 90s with D&D.
Yeah.
The new group thinks it was the way it was then, as far as the community. The communities have changed, not the people, but the community. Now that it's more quote unquote mainstream and not like a cult thing, where like only a few people do it. It's everyone does it, and now they're the ones gatekeeping. They're the ones being racist, and they're the ones that are the fucking cocksmokers that are not being inclusive to everybody. So they need
Plus
to eat a fucking
everything-
dick.
everything in the '90s was satanic anyway. Pokemon, Magic, D&D,
Well,
it was all,
if
it was
you
all
want-
satanic anyway. So,
If you want the truth, there's actually a story that I found not too long ago, and it's pretty funny, where the creator, it was still owned by TSR, the creators of one of the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons manuals actually did a cover art for the book that depicted a satanic nude ritual on the front of it, like straight chicks spread laying down on the evil symbol, the pentagram. It
you
was
went Playboy.
they went a dark occult Playboy style.
Show me your tits.
Whoa.
And they did it on purpose because
Whoa.
of the far end of the spectrum crazy people that were screaming that everything was
Crazy
satanic.
people
So they
that
just
think-
went over the top on purpose, knowing they were going to catch hell for it. And
Why not?
that was one of those band covers. They actually had to reprint the cover because of that.
It's kind of like that
Bummer.
cover. I don't know if it was like Aerosmith or Metallica or something. It was a woman. The person I'm probably specifically talking to is Soda, because he might remember the album cover, where the woman was actually outside like of a building. Her skirt was hiked up and her panties were down to her knees, like implying a rape scene.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the cover for that? And it got banned. Do you remember?
It wasn't Aerosmith. I don't think Aerosmith ever did anything
Was
like
it like
that.
Def
It would have probably
Leppard or
been
something, or
It would have
Well,
probably been Def Leppard or Metallica. They were the ones that pushed the bill like
so
that.
like that
Did
shit was
have
going on
album.
crazy in the late '80s. Go ahead, Oni. Sorry.
Well, Aerosmith did have an album where it was a futuristic cyborg woman in essentially the Marilyn Monroe pose. You could see the details of her boobies, but that was about as that risque. But I wanted to kind of touch up on something from earlier with the D&D. Maybe someone just didn't want to play D&D. D&D back then, because it was only in print, was a serious investment. You didn't have
Oh my
online
God,
books,
yes.
the cost. If you wanted the full story, you wanted the full monster manuals, you wanted all the weapons, you needed all the manuals. They aren't cheap. Not even excluding
40
inflation. They are not
40
cheap.
bucks a book, easily.
So
back then?
Easy. Yeah.
you
Easily.
kind of have it's like any other hobby. Where do you want to put your money? You got to pick and choose. So, and just because it's not written down doesn't mean it's
30 on
exclusive.
clearance.
You don't need a personal invitation to every little thing. The wonder of Dungeons and Dragons is that there were certain rules in there to at least get you started with the foundation. How you choose to follow them, if you choose to follow them in your individual quests with your individual dungeon master, is up to you.
That was
So
Guns N' Roses, by the way.
Oh, you were
Oh,
talking
you
about
looked it up,
Guns
Guns
N'
N'
Roses?
Roses?
Yeah,
And-
this is Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
And you know what? A lot of guys, they do play as female avatars. They want to be a female character. Why?
Of course, because they're fucking hot. You don't want to see a dude's
Why
ass
not?
the whole time when you're playing like the real version. You want to see
Right.
a cute chick.
Why not?
I always
Again,
play a chick.
why is that so bad?
Always.
Why is that so bad? They want to play as a female character. Cool.
I have no problem. I'm always a
Oh,
female
remember that album art. I'm sorry. I'm talking
You
about the
remember it, yeah.
previous topic.
That's why I like the Awoken Queen in Destiny. It's the only reason why I play it, because once you go Awoken, you won't be a joking.
So this whole thing
Thank
about
you for the sympathy laugh.
it's not written down, so it's not official. The whole point
By
of
the way,
Dungeons,
that was Appetite for Destruction for that album.
character.
Thank you so much.
it is whatever
Well,
you want
most
to make.
people never saw that cover.
Yeah,
Very
it was-
few
it
did,
was
but I do
pulled
remember
so
that
quick.
one.
So it bugs me. Is it nice to have a call up to a personal thing about me? Yeah, it's nice because it's like, oh shit, that's cool. I don't need it on a billboard. It takes away the specialness if you see it everywhere.
So we
Th-
should
that's
remove
just
that
fine
lagging
women.
out billboard of you on I-4.
Please no. Please no.
Yeah, it was,
I
it
just-
was, it's a black light only. It's like the red, white, and blue hair. And it says,
No.
come at me, I effing dare you.
I
It's already
fucking
out there.
dare
It's
you,
near
that's
exit
right.
58.
Yeah, I
this whole
designed it for you.
Like,
Yeah, thank you for that. I
This
appreciate it.
whole thing
Yeah,
about
no problem.
it's not this, it's not that. If you ran into a bad table at D&D, I'm sorry,
Shit
but
like
you
that
know
happens.
everyone has a different experience. I'm not saying yours is wrong, but quit shitting on everyone else who's had a good experience, okay?
Right.
It's really fucked up. And you're literally ruining it for the rest of us just because you want to feel special. Well, good news, you feel special. Everyone's looking at you. Except now everyone's got tomatoes.
We used to have a D&D night on Fridays back in the day with Scampering Panda. She used to do D&D nights. And they
Yeah, we
would
should
go
do
like
that
for
online.
a crazy... Yeah, it was on Twitch. It was,
I offered,
Yeah, we
but
should do Twitch.
it was our time
no.
slot.
And now I don't have my dice.
That's one of the few things that I can sit and just watch D&D streams.
Until she got scared and left. And then
Oh. I didn't know that was why she left.
she was
Yeah,
scared of me.
Chieftain,
She was scared
yeah.
shit of me. Because like she
I mean, who
asked
isn't?
about the website, and I'm like, it's not up yet. I go, it's not up yet, and it's like, it's like, give us a chance, and and then like she all freaked out. She left, and someone else left because they said like they were scared, but they were like snowflakes. So
Oh God.
What the fuck?
yeah, I'm a teddy bear. Just don't piss me off.
Do we
Then I
want to
turn
talk
into a
about
grizzly. I turn into.
Yo. No, that's my thing. I'm the hairy bastard, dude.
Yeah, I have to shave down. I'm actually a werewolf.
If I ever get
Yeah.
pissed off, somebody will have to mute me because we will get mad in a heartbeat. So
Yeah,
I'm so calm.
like some of the people, didn't you say like they wanted you to stop, like they wanted you to hit partner and they wanted you to stop cursing
Yeah.
and you told them to go
Yeah,
fuck
they
off?
wanted me to basically change who the fuck I was, like, because anything went on my stream. Like
Yeah.
back then, it wasn't as bad as it is now. Like, I mean,
Well,
we
no.
had some crazy shit going on, and that's what people came from because we had people from all over the world. We all had our own views, and it wasn't everybody's crying if you said something about their mama, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
God, I would love to see some of these people in the freaking lobbies of Halo back in the day. I'm talking
my
Halo
God.
2.
Toxic.
But remember, that's toxic masculinity, which is the
Oh
best
my
type.
God. Go fuck a duck. I mean,
I can't even.
I mean, I am who I am. It is kind of persona because I am usually laid back. I'm chill, but when people want entertainment, they just don't want a boring dude. Have fun and be yourself, and especially when it comes to video games, because they call me salty old man for so many years.
now who's the salty old man?
But that's the
Goddamn
thing is,
beard's got some gray in it.
No shit.
we need to keep in mind is that some of these people, they don't have a personality. They're
No. Oni, you got to get it right. They need to wait for their latest patch update to receive the personality that they need to exhibit to the world so that they could repeat all the mainstream talking points. That's why I call them NPCs.
they need to oh crap. They need to unsubscribe to whomever to that patch because it's clearly not working for them. It's making them miserable. Why would you want to be miserable? Things are already going to make you miserable. Work gets difficult. People get difficult.
People don't like difficult. They think everything's
Life-
gonna be easy.
People
6.8% inflation.
We get this more in our college classes. Like the kids just think everything's supposed to be easy. It's not fucking easy. Life isn't
No.
easy.
If what you're
Would it be
doing,
nice?
if I always tell them, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
True. Exactly. That's a good
Well,
point.
Dark Nova, your saltiness about rolling a 1 on a performance check, maybe you shouldn't try to be performing at the time you're performing. I'm kidding. That could be taken so many
Is it
ways, and I
a
did that
1
on
out of
purpose.
20?
Yeah,
1 out of 20 or 1 out of 6?
If it's a bard class, technically it could be either one of those. So
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm showing my straight nerd here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Roll for balance.
I'm
maybe
with cheap on this one. I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Okay, so if you rolled a 1 on a performance, they're probably either a dancer or a bard, and I'm going with bard. Thing is that bard are banned in certain circles because they're kind of broken in a way, especially in the 3.5.
Well, it
5,
depends on the circle because some of the circles ban them because for some reason the bard always wants to have sex with the dragon.
exactly. So they have
Just
children, and
just
there's a lot.
toss a coin to the Witcher. Just make sure you toss a coin to the Witcher.
So-
You're on the right track there.
I was always a bard, so I'm gonna say shit. All the way back to Bard's Tale, if you want to go back to the Commodore days.
I do want to buy copies of Bard's. I want to buy
Bard's Tale
Bard's.
was one of the greatest games ever. Yes.
I'm pretty
I've been-
sure at this point you can find it free online
Mhm.
and without pirating.
Well, it's on Steam, so if it supports the original creator, I'll do that. But
I would
Yeah.
love to get a group together and play TNT on. That would be
Bard
a
is
great.
definitely a class. It's a good meme class.
As long as you have a good DM, it's all about the DM, though. So.
Well,
The-
to tell you the truth there, Dark Nova, clerics were not broken in 3.5. Clerics were actually pretty balanced. what was broken in 3.5 were paladins. Basically, the strongest thing you could have all the way up until about level 10 when the adventure's really starting to get awesome.
The warlock has always kind of been a little broken just because a lot of them go, oh, let's just use Eldritch Blast.
Oh
But-
my gosh, the warlock. Freaking talking about a spellcaster that wears chainmail. Shit, you could run up in the middle of the freaking crowd and just do an explosive, AoE and not worry about dying.
It's a paladin with dark powers.
Oh, the
Sounds
fallen
like a
paladins are the worst.
No, I do remember 3.5 hearing that, oh, paladins are OP. But aside from that, it was 3.5, especially if you're just starting out with D&D, that's where I started off. It's a lot less frustrating and stressful because it comes a lot more naturally because it gets you into the swing of things. It's pretty easy to catch on. But 5, with 5, the person I played it
I'm
with,
from New York.
I'm not
Fucking fight me.
it was just bland, and they changed so much in 5. I don't really like it. Like,
They took out the personality of 5. Anything
Yeah,
like when it comes to
I want to
when it-
make school.
I
They
know
made
I
like
had the
3
I know I had the Billy Ripken fake card for tops,
The fuck face?
the fuck face card, and then the blue dot. Is that what we're talking about?
They have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Wow. No, I got a clue. I'm trying to. That stuff's falling out of my mind so far back that I'm drawing a blank. But I'm gonna take a hint. I think Chieftain's bored.
No,
So
it's fine. You guys can keep going. It's perfectly fine. If people in the chat are fine with it, I'm fine with it. I'm cool.
yeah,
Whatever you want to do.
actually,
We only have like a couple of other subjects, and that's it.
true
Yeah,
enough.
but they're also pretty serious. It's not like, oh yay, happy time.
I mean, most of our
You guys want to talk about the Sonic trailer? Or you guys
hell
wanna watch
yes.
it?
Let's
I haven't
bring
never
that
even
up.
seen it.
Only positive in
Yeah, I
this
want to watch it.
I never even seen it. So
I haven't seen it either.
It's good. I will recommend it.
all right,
Okay.
let me see.
I guess it'll jog on my mind real quick.
I'm gonna
I am getting fucking old, so
see. What's some other?
Are you really enjoying I haven't seen
Quick stretch, little snack,
haven't either.
and here we go.
Sonic, I love that you want to help make a difference.
Mind if I drive?
Oh, Sonic 2006 is really good graphics.
You're being reckless.
Don't worry, nobody's gonna get hurt.
You're pretending to be Batman.
Blue Justice, trademark pending.
You're still just a kid. Trust me, there will come a moment when your powers will be needed. But you don't choose that moment. That moment chooses you.
I just got goosebumps. Wait a second, did you steal
Put it
that
in
from
the water.
Oprah?
Put it in the water. By the way, cheers to Cyclops.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
And that is a really great robot.
I discovered the source of ultimate power.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
That sounds big.
He was
Been
in the
on my
first
vision board
one.
for years.
I didn't watch first one.
That was a big deal.
Oh, but not too late.
I'm sorry, who are you?
That is the
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Step 1, light taunting. Step 2, I have no idea.
By the way, Sonic's voice actor is also the voice
That wasn't
actor.
too bad.
Voice actor Leonardo from Rise of Fusion.
Today's forecast calls for a 100% chance of adventure.
I would have expected somebody.
Return to sender. Face it, you're never going to get my power.
Oh, I like the spine detail. Knuckle!
Hell yeah!
Do I look like I need your power?
freaking knew it.
Where?
This is gonna be like Sonic
Are
the
my
Hedgehog
manners.
3.
Sonic, meet Knuckles.
Oh, and they're going with Sonic new style. Yo, and they're going with the original classic design of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was my first video game on the Sega Genesis. My dad had Doom 2 on the Sega Genesis. My mom had Cosmic Carnage. and Badger and I had Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So many good memories.
Nice.
Reaction?
Okay, you already saw half my reaction.
Who doesn't appreciate Knuckles?
Knuckles is garbage. Tails is better. Knuckles.
Badger does.
Knuckles
Badger
is
does
garbage.
love Tails. Tails is just adorable, super smart, has the biplane. Tails is just so identifiable.
Knuckles is just a good name. I mean,
it is.
Come on, Knuckles.
Sounds like a chronic masturbator. I'm gonna call you Knuckles.
We used to call people Knuckles way back in the day. I don't remember why we call people Knuckles.
Because they probably fought a lot.
Well,
or they chronically masturbated too much. One of the two.
Actually, I have a small thing to add here.
I heard.
What animal?
Giggity.
What animal is Knuckles?
Knuckles?
Shoot,
I thought he was another hedgehog.
I don't. Nope, he's not a hedgehog.
I have something I'd like to say about my hometown. You little bastards would be down there in Brazzwood, Lake Jackson. They had some stupid high school kids ruined our high school name. Apparently, we're inviting people out to parties and beating the shit out of them, and they put some kid in the hospital. And yeah, that's not fucking cool. So
No, don't. Oh no, please don't. Knuckle. Did anyone in the chat get it?
That could be a Tuesday
or a echidna.
Yes, echidna. One of the only mammals to lay eggs.
What is that?
The other
I never even fucking heard of that.
I lay
eggs.
My understanding,
kind of like a shrew mixed with a hedgehog, but they lay eggs.
My understanding is that hedgehogs and porcupines are similar to echidnas. That they're like the same family, but they're completely different.
Probably, it would not surprise me. But yeah, so platypus and echidnas are the only mammals that lay eggs. Those are the two mammals that lay eggs. So, canonically, Knuckles is introduced in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because his tribe of people use the Chaos Emeralds. It's like a source of religious reverence. They're supposed to be guardians of it. So Knuckles fights Sonic because he thinks Sonic is going to take it for nefarious reasons. And then it's like, oh wait, there's a guy named Dr. Robotnik who's actually doing what you think I'm doing. Oh, cool. Let's be friends, sort of, except I get to beat you up. Sounds cool. And that's kind of how it goes. So
that is.
The plus side of Knuckles, though, was where Sonic has all three characters, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. We're not including Amy right now. They can spin dash. But Sonic is considered kind of like the basic setting. Tails can fly with his propeller tails. Knuckles could glide. So you could get to certain other areas, and he could use his Knuckles as climbing rigs to climb up walls. So that was the plus side of playing as Knuckles in certain games where he was a playable character. So I'm going to assume that there's going to be some story connecting the games to the movie in terms of where Knuckles comes in, because like Sonic, there was the anime and
there's a lot of stuff. Because, and you don't quote me on this, because of the metric shit ton of mess created by, I don't know if it was specifically Sega, but all the companies that had licenses to write story for Sonic, it's been such a mess that when Paramount gave whoever it was the rights to write a new story for this live action movie, basically the first movie deviated from any semblance of canon of the games and the comics. And I'm going to tell you right now, I watched the movie and it is good. There is a reason why it outperformed Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey lost money, by the way, and Sonic made money, and this was at the beginning of the pandemic.
Guess who called that with a video that they did last year in season 8?
We did.
We all did, because we all agreed with your ass.
Yeah. Like I did a video.
also-
I did a preview of the video. Right. I go, this was what's gonna happen, and it's gonna blow up after the redesign. I go, you wait and see. I go, I'm gonna beat the Angry Joe, the Talentless Hack, and every other like awful place there's like
IGN.
And I'm gonna tell them like how good it's gonna be and what it's going to be about. And then of course you guys, being the creative geniuses that you are, agreed with me. So and everybody was right.
And here's my prediction for this one. I'm sorry.
No.
We ended. The movie ended with teasing Tails is a character for the next movie. They didn't even know if they were going to get a sequel, but they did. They ended, and they teased Tails at the ending of that movie. And now we're seeing Knuckles. We've seen Tails. He was all dressed up. It was kind of hard to pick out, but you could see his two tails. We've seen Knuckles. We've seen Tails. My prediction is they're going to do a teaser at the end of this one, and they're going to tease Shadow.
Oh, they're
going to put the female. I can't remember her name.
Amy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Amy and there's Rogue. It depends on which canon they're going to kind of daisy tail off of.
I like that.
Well, there are several other characters. There's also cream and cheese, and they haven't even introduced the chows yet.
No.
Oh, I don't know if we're doing anything with that. I mean, there could be a lot of marketing money in that, but
who knows?
I will say, I remember when the first movie came out, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, it's hideous," and to be honest, yes, it was. But when they redesigned it,
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, when they redesigned it, some people were then like, "Wow, the whole internet basically had to bully people in order to get their way, and now they're happy." It's like,
yeah, that shit was stupid.
It's like, it's called marketing. We gave the opinion. You didn't have to take it, but they knew it was in their best interest. And in my opinion, if I have a conspiracy theory, they probably had other files that were like, yo, this shit's gonna crash and burn if we keep in the same direction. I'm gonna add some edits over here. I'm gonna save it on a separate file so that when we do have to burn this thing and hopefully never let it see the light of day, we have other files of a prettier version. But I
disagree with that assessment, but I'll let you finish it and let you know what my theory is in a second.
I mean, it's literally just a conspiracy theory. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
factor.
I would have to say that if anybody's gonna have a good theory on how that one, not saying yours is bad, Oni, but if anybody's gonna have a theory on that one, it's gonna be Chieftain here, and he's probably gonna be pretty close to right because of the fact that he works in the space.
My theory is, and feel free to disagree, Oni, but this is what my theory is. There was such a distraught from traditional fans such as myself who grew up with Sonic that they didn't have that redesign in their back pocket. This is what really like, oh fuck, we fucked up. And they spent that, I don't know, $12 to $14 million on the redesign. And here's my theory. If they never redesigned it, here it comes. They're not getting a second movie here. There's no way you're getting a second movie with the original design of the Sonic from the first movie. If they never redesigned it, they wouldn't have the opportunity for the second movie. I think the design now, looking at Knuckles, is, you know what? The original design was 2D side scroller, right, guys?
Yeah.
So the hardest thing to do is turn something 2D into 3D. As a 3D artist, we know that. To create it in that extra dimension is always a challenge.
That explains why you didn't like it.
Yeah,
I just realized that when I heard you say that Knuckles was trash, I was like, oh my god, he's trying to start a fight. And then now I'm looking at it, and I forgot the original design for Knuckles was literally a recolored version of Sonic with big ass hands.
Yeah. I was
looking at it
was being a dick, but yeah, thank you for getting me out of that. But
I mean, that's not a conspiracy theory. That's literally fact. If they had left it as the original design, they weren't going to make money. It was bad.
Yeah,
you're right.
They were not going to.
You're
have
both
a
right
sequel.
on that.
A sequel would not have been in the cards for them.
No, they wouldn't have made any money if they stuck with the original. If they did not, and what I don't think people, these media idiots, understand, they just don't understand. It's the reason fans are pissed and yelling and making a fuss about the design The reason why all that stuff happened, the reason why people pulled money to put up billboards saying, hey, fuck this design of Sonic, because that was actually happening. Well, I don't know about that. The billboards was for freaking the Snyder Cut. So,
it was probably
sorry.
the Twitterverse or
but
it was
the
a lot
people
of like on Reddit and shit like that. Probably
the people that were just pissing and moaning and screaming the most were fans. And the reason fans have a voice, the reason fans are allowed to be pissed off and have a voice and say things that
we're the ones
the
paying
actual devs need to listen to is because we pay their salaries. We pay developers' salaries. By buying the product these developers produce, their salaries come from those profits.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you do not listen to us, we stop paying those salaries by not buying their product. They start losing money. Maybe
Blizzard knows
maybe
that.
we shouldn't be pissing these people off.
Nah, not Blizzard.
Blizzard knows that.
And their money's not guaranteed. They are not
No.
a customer until they purchase.
The reason why they do sequels, guys, is because it's a safe bet for investors.
Fair.
Whenever you're doing remakes or something that was successful in another genre and or media
Called
outlet,
nostalgia bait.
it is, and it's safer for an investor and to get funding for the film. So that's why they're like, all right, let's ride this. Like, let's turn this into a franchise, make a Sonic franchise. And here's another prediction for Chieftain. They are going to do a Mario movie's coming out, right? I smell crossover for the third or fourth movie. How about that? How about that for a theory?
You did what? I'm sorry?
Mario's coming out with a movie, right?
Yeah.
Sonic is on its second movie. I predict a crossover in the next 3 to 5 years.
That's very possible in these days.
What the fuck are you with Sonic? What's wrong? Have you ever seen the racist Mario video on our channel?
Yes.
But that would depend. I think a lot of that's going to depend on Nintendo and Sega being pleased with the results from this and agreeing to the crossover.
Oh, that's just going to happen. It's going to be like a Roger Rabbit situation.
I can see it, and the reason I understand the reference, I'm sure Soda does. I don't know if Oni would understand that.
I know Roger Rabbit.
Oh
well, Roger Rabbit had Warner Brothers and Disney merged, so I mean that was the comparison. But of course,
but here's the thing: just because two companies agree that this movie made profit doesn't mean they're gonna want to do something together. Okay, remember.
Right, tell that with Sony and Marvel. When they gave Spider-Man over for 2 movies for Endgame and Infinity War. They put that shit aside. They squashed that shit. And then they gave 2 movies. Sony worked with Marvel for 2 movies, right? I mean, it's not out of the question, Oni, is what I'm saying.
Well, here's the reason why I think that this is very, very much this is very much possible is because Sega and Nintendo have worked together previously on video games.
Yeah.
So I think it's not outside the question, but what I'm thinking is going to be a very questionable thing is whether or not Nintendo is going to be willing to continue working with other companies, because Nintendo is very, very possessive of their licenses. Ever since the video game debacle that shall not be named on the CDI games. Yeah, ever since then, Nintendo has been very, very gun shy when it comes to working, allowing their license to be used with creative freedom.
Well, they went behind the back of Sony early on. I think it was Sony because I teach the class and I can't remember what it was in the context.
Teach the class.
I teach the class.
English is hard.
It's late.
And it was with the Phillips.
Anyway, let me get through my statement, then you can make fun of my grammar.
So you get to finish a statement, but I can't finish a statement.
Go ahead, finish your statement. Go ahead.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. I can't win.
No.
But Nintendo went behind the back of, I think it was Sony or something. So that's why they're probably gun shy. That's all I was going to say, because they tried to do that, and then PlayStation came out from that.
Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah, it's because Nintendo was being very draconian with the way they wanted things to work.
You don't call him
with
a draconian. You don't call him on that, but you call me on a teaching grammar
It could
error.
have also been a reflection on the way he did it.
Oh my God!
fair
All
enough.
right.
But Nintendo was very, very strict on how to release what was going to be the new Nintendo system, but what became the PlayStation 1.
Right.
Sony literally flipped the bird to Nintendo, said, "Screw you, we're gonna make this on our own because
Right.
you guys are assholes."
Because they were working with Panasonic, Nintendo. They went back and they wanted to work on Panasonic because they were going to be working on a console as well. But yeah. Intro to game design with Chieftain. But yeah, but exactly. Oni, you haven't thought to finish, right?
Basically, with Nintendo, just because their video games do well with crossovers doesn't mean that they're gonna just allow their movies to do the same thing.
Right.
This is a new venture for them.
Absolutely.
I agree with Hiro that they will want control. I mean, Sega's gonna want control, but with all due respect, Sega doesn't have a lot of the say anymore. Sega does not.
They don't have a fight. They don't have a way to fight back. They don't have anything to stand on.
Oh, Sega, unless they had a really good reason, would probably have to, or feel like they would have to cave into the demands of Nintendo. However, Nintendo wanted to roll it.
Hey, Chief, I'm going to step away for a second.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the movie couldn't happen. It's just, given how Nintendo likes to play their game, and how they like to control the board, it would really greatly depend on how they think the success of their movie went and what Sega could do for them. Because just because the movie does well doesn't mean Nintendo goes, oh, it's good enough to get a sequel. Because there have been movies that did pretty well and they didn't fucking get sequels. And then you see movies that did crap and somehow they got a sequel. It's like, but why? So we'll see.
I felt like that with the Lara
does
Croft movie.
Because people are raising the stink because of Chris Pratt as Mario for some reason.
I don't know.
If the man wants Mario, let the man be Mario. You know, let him at least prove himself either worthy or unworthy of being Mario before we go and, put him on a pike in the middle of town.
It's not a hard voice to do. Anyone can literally do it. People just pissed because the original guy is not doing it. That's what it is. It doesn't give him the nostalgia feel.
Sonic isn't doing Sonic. That's not the original voice actor of Sonic. The original voice actor of Sonic stepped down 3 years ago. Also, cheers to the actor of Cyclops. Good to see you getting back into acting. It's nice. I watched those movies. Hey, that was my X-Men series, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I know the cartoon existed. I grew up with X-Men Evolution, but those live-action X-Men movies that was a good deal of my childhood.
I like those movies. No one liked them for some reason, but I did.
The one I didn't like was the third one, but it's because there was a lot going on, and the Phoenix Saga has never been told well on the screen. Part of that's because the Phoenix Saga is fucking massive. They've never really, to my knowledge, it's never really been done truly to the extent of how massive the Phoenix Saga was. I know the recent one tried, but I heard it was terrible, which is unfortunate. The third one, I remember they said it was a mutation when Jean Grey tried to save them at the Weapon X facility. But in reality, it's supposed to be a cosmic force. And yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Infinity Wars. You really can't just put it in one movie to really do it justice. And even then, it was a different version of the Infinity Wars, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. But with something so lore encompassing, like this is supposed to be Sorry, that's a paper towel. I have sweaty hands. Something that is going
Booger.
deep to the foundations of the story. You can't just make it a clean little package in one movie. And second of all, if you're trying to wrap up this massive timeline, it's gotta feel satisfactory. It can't just fall flat. No one wants the third act, metaphorically speaking, to just feel bland. It should leave you wanting just a little bit more, but it should leave you feeling satisfied. So the Infinity Wars couldn't just end on one movie. That was just not going to happen. But every time they tried to do the Phoenix Saga, they try to put it in one movie. There's a lot of backstory with the Phoenix Saga. There's a lot of backstory into who Jean Grey is. I mean, when she was introduced, she was the strongest mutant already in Xavier's school. He had Beast, who wasn't blue at the time, Angel, Cyclops, Professor X himself, and Bobby. And then Jean Grey shows up, suddenly is reading their minds and, using telekinesis, and they're just like, shit.
Yeah.
She's pretty, she's smart. I mean, Jean Grey was the smartest out of all of them except for Xavier by far. Except maybe Beast. He's got a doctorate, okay? This guy's smart too. But I did love his characterization in X-Men 3, though. I will say he was cool. They did a really great job on the makeup.
Yeah, and Kelsey Grammer did a great job as well. But the reason why he was blue is because black ink was expensive back in the day, so that's why they made Beast blue and not like a jet black type of character, because
you're already using black for the ink. I mean, it's...
Yeah, so they had to find another color. I mean, that's probably the reason why he's blue.
It works, though.
It works.
And back in the day, Storm used to have, really exaggerated cat eyes. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, kind of living for it, though. I mean, Storm was such a great character to introduce to the X-Men. Obviously, I'm going to be very biased toward her favorite look being her mohawk phase.
Of course.
But, I mean, she made the mohawk look so cool. That was also the time she was kind of going out with Logan, though. So, okay, yeah, kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No mention of Nightcrawler. I'm shocked.
Hey, yo. Nightcrawler has a special place in my heart, and people are fucking tired of me talking about how much I love him. He was not created by
you as Nightcrawler, put the blue face.
Nightcrawler's creator originally went to DC to try to sell the character, but they said he looks too demonic for us. So he went to Marvel, and they're like, we have the X-Men. He might work out. What if we did this for his backstory? Would you be okay with that? Actually, his backstory has a couple versions, and one of them was super taboo at the time. In one of the backstory that they were tossing around and was kind of implied before they really had to change it, because you have to remember, this was 70s and 80s, okay? So obviously Mystique is his mother. They knew for a fact.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No. I'm about to I'm gonna flip the script on a lot. Okay. They knew they wanted Mystique in his genealogy. Thing is Mystique also had a very special relationship with a mutant called Destiny. She was blind, but she could see into the future. And it was heavily implied that they were lovers at one point. And Destiny was actually the one who raised Rogue, because Mystique took Rogue to Destiny. Well, in one of the proposed genealogies, Mystique is Nightcrawler's father, and Destiny is his mother. But that was way
bizarre, isn't it?
They believe this was pushing the envelope way too far for the time. So they're like, how about we just make it an interdimensional mutant who looks like a demon named Azazel and just leave it at that? They're like, yeah, close enough. So that is actually one of the proposed backgrounds of Nightcrawler. But they didn't go with that because, again, this was like the 80s. So definitely not what it was today. But,
Can't
you know,
win
hey.
for losing.
But they definitely would have pushed the envelope if they went that route. Hey, my fault. Canceled, but
Here,
you know, hey.
this is just for, because we love Oni so much. So this is just for Oni right here. There we go.
He is an aerialist, actually. He's an acrobat, but
Yeah.
he does like buckling on the side.
Who's a
His
better?
specialty is fighting with 3 cutlass.
Who's a better acrobatist, Robin or Nightcrawler? Ooh.
I'd say Nightcrawler. That's my vote because the dude can pop through dimensions.
I agree. I would have to go with Nightcrawler on this.
If you go without mutations, and to be fair, Nightcrawler cannot cancel most of his mutations. He is what's called a second generation mutant, so he has physical mutations that cannot be, reversed or hidden.
Right.
He's gonna have an advantage
You need a lot of
anyway.
concealer for that shit.
Well, that's the thing. They used to say when he was performing that it was all makeup, that it was just show, except one day they were performing live in front of an audience, and his adopted sister was doing a trapeze, and she missed catching the bar. So he was able to teleport for the first time by saving her, except you can't really disguise
Can't explain that.
No. So that's sometimes used as
Smoke
the
and
basis of
mirrors.
why
Smoke and
sometimes
Flame on.
proposed why
Oh, sorry,
What?
wrong.
it's sometimes why he was proposed, that was why they strung him up in the middle of town. But usually it's because his adopted brother Steven, well technically Nightcrawler's the adopted one, but his brother Steven, or Stefan, was killing kids because he's like, we have to save them from themselves. They will be made impure by the world. We must kill them before they become that. And Nightcrawler's like, oh, wait, hang on, wait, what? And then he accidentally broke Steven's neck because they were wrestling and didn't realize it. And then, yeah, his brother. Well, then Margali,
Yeah, sorry, bro.
his mom, turned out to be a witch of the way, I think is what they call it. Well, basically, she's she's a sorceress of a sort, and of the of Limbo. Yeah, his family. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Limbo. Well,
Am I a
also,
joke to
I'm gonna
you?
throw another wrench into this question that Chieftain asked. Even though I think most of us probably agree that the better acrobat is Nightcrawler. Here's a wrench that I'll throw into it. Which Robin are you gonna throw into this mix, my friend? Because there's about 17 different ones, and I'm exaggerating a bit.
Dick Grayson, the original one, not.
Which one were you saying, Oni?
Carrie.
Was that the one that was like Robin for 2 days and she died?
No, she was Robin in the original Dark Knight
Old Man
comic.
Bruce.
Old Man
Which I think led to Beyond, didn't it?
That I do not know.
I think that world leads to Batman Beyond.
She created her own Robin costume because
Yes.
there hadn't been a Robin, and she took up martial arts on her spare time. She decided to go fight against in this world, mutants are bad. As a rule, there were good mutants, but she was fighting against these people.
Universe?
I think they did, and they ended it rather nicely and neatly. Where it's there, all the canons for Batman end with Bruce faking his death and Batman faking his death in one way or another, and he does that, and he goes into hiding, and he just educates Robin, Carrie, the Carrie version of Robin, and a bunch of the mutants / metas on how to be basically Batman.
Yeah, and it's so cool because also Alfred fucking petty in this, and I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Well, Carrie gets into some trouble Like she gets in a little too.
Carrie's the one on
too
the
deep.
bottom, second from the right, correct?
Yes, she's the redhead.
Yeah, that's one version of her, but in the original art for her, she was basically one of those messy Carrot Tops with where the hair would just puff up, basically like an afro.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Kind of like an
like
80s hair.
Kyle.
Yeah, it was
Like-
basically an 80s red hair look.
So, and the thing is that with Carrie, she got into some. She got basically ambushed. Like she thought she had the upper hand. She did not. Batman came in to save her. He got his ass kicked, but she was able to drag him back to Wayne Manor. Well, when he comes to, he's like, Alfred, get her out. She's not supposed to be here. Kid, you need to go home. Alfred basically says, no, she saved you. She got you back here. No, she stays.
Yeah, that's a little. Don't mislead too much. I don't want to say you're misleading intentionally. Don't mislead too much because she didn't drag him back to Wayne Manor. She dragged him back to the Batmobile and pushed the button to send it home. And she was talking to Alfred on the way.
I don't have the comics, so any of this that I'm remembering is what I read like 10 plus years ago. So I do apologize.
Yeah, that's about right for me too. I think I could probably find some of these comics.
I was reading someone else's copy that I had to return, but I really loved the storytelling because it was gritty. The art style reminded me of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Ooh, there's probably a reason for that though.
Yeah, I think artist
wasn't this a Frank Miller comic?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I'd have to look it up, but
I know the forward was by Alan Moore, so there's a bit of a.
Yeah,
but,
Alan Moore is he's in deep with comics, so
that's a nice way to put it. But yeah, no, I liked that Robin. She was, and it's because she earned it. She went and did something because she felt it was the right thing to do, and she wanted to earn Bruce Wayne's respect. She wanted to earn her place as his Robin.
But did the curtains match the drapes?
Oh my God.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
She's underage.
Oh, never mind. Take that back then. I totally did not say that.
Yeah. Fun fact: she's in middle school when she's middle or junior.
Okay. Wow. I'll just
She's
go jump off a bridge. I'll be back. Never.
Say you didn't know.
I did not know. Sorry.
Oh,
well, by
she
now,
does
would
take
she
up
be
the
like...
Batgirl mantle later on. Forgot about that. She does later on take up the Batgirl mantle for reasons unknown.
The picture I see here, she looks older.
Yeah, she does.
I'm confused.
She starts out as a middle schooler. She literally becomes. She literally puts on the Robin costume after school. Like she goes out after school to fight crime.
She kind of did the normal Robin, and he adopted her. And okay, that makes sense.
Well, no, because Batman.
She chose to go out without anyone knowing to go fight crime.
The other Robins, the rest of the Bat family, basically in one way or another roundabout end up adopted by Batman. And the biggest identifier for her that gives her character story arc is the fact that she sees Batman in the news and goes, this guy's out here doing it on his own. He's been doing it for so long. He's like 80 years old now. I don't know how old for real, but he's like forever years old now and he needs help and she wants to help him. So she makes the costume. She goes and learns this stuff and she goes out and kicks ass at night on her own for, I think it was like a week before she ended up in too deep and didn't have a way out and Batman comes in and saves her.
I'll check that out. I've never...
she didn't ask for it to be handed to her. She didn't go, well, they've never had a female Robin before. It was, I can't be Batman.
I honestly didn't know that. I'm going to have to look into it.
This was one that when I picked it up and read it, I was startled because it was like a huge divergence from the storyline. Like I didn't at the time that I picked this up and read it, I did not know that there was ever a female Robin. Like actually
Well,
probably because this was the first one.
I didn't know there was a female Loki either. Till.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
there wasn't until Marvel decided I'm going to do
Oh,
something
okay.
weird and turn it on its
Okay,
head.
okay, that makes sense. Then. All right, then I got it. Because I
Loki
was just
in
thinking and
mythology,
thinking.
Loki in mythology has been women before or a female force.
Well,
He's done that
I
before.
think
But
the
the
more
character
accurate.
Loki,
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I think the more accurate way to say it isn't that there were female Loki in mythology before. The more accurate way to say it is that Loki is the trickster god, and there are many stories because he's also a shape changer where he becomes the misfit slash shape changer slash I'm gonna trick you and becomes a woman and tricks a dude into some infidelity.
Or being the female frost giant who doesn't weep at the death of
Get
Hoder,
good.
and it's
Well, there is that.
Balder.
Yeah, there is that.
But yeah, Lady Loki was a character, but in a way there was a basis in mythology because Loki does whatever he wants. Which I mean, when you're a trickster god, bug it.
Do it.
But
When in doubt,
yeah,
whip it out, right?
I mean, he did have sex with Wolf, right? That was the whole thing
no,
with Loki.
No. That was
Had sex
different.
with the horse that was owned by the giant who was building a wall around Asgard, which
Building
in
a
turn
wall.
gave Sleipnir, the eight-legged horse, that he gives to Odin, the fastest horse, the only horse that can go into hell and come out. He eats Angerboda's heart, and debatably, either he has sex with Angerboda or he eats her heart. Either way, that's where you get Fenrir the wolf, you get Jormungandr the Midgard serpent, and you get Hel, the leader of Hell.
Hel, by the way, not Hell.
Well, they messed that up.
I like where this is going.
And then he has either one or two other children, one of which gets turned into a wolf, and then the other one I think is like cursed to be eternally young or something like that. Well, either way, his whole family gets real messed up thanks Loki. But to be fair, some of his children didn't ask. So, like, Jormungandr never asked to be thrown into the ocean to, basically be there. Fenrir was bound to Odin's throne because the god of war Tyr offered his hand as a lure for Fenrir. And basically, to bind Fenrir, they had to use a chain made out of impossible items, like a hair from the beard of a woman, the sound of a cat's footfall, all those poetic things like that. Say what you will about Vikings. They were very poetic, okay? They've got plenty of Eddas, but they also liked to name things. They liked to name their weapons. It made them personal. So,
of course.
Like, a great sword was the Ulfbert. Loki's staff was sometimes called Lavatine, which means twisted twig. They very much liked names. They found power in names, which is funny because when you go over to the Celtic side of the house, you don't give your name to the Seelie or Unseelie courts, which are like light or dark elves. Don't do it because if they own your name, they know you. They basically own you.
That's actually because in Norse mythology, Norse spellcraft, if you know the true name of something, you can control it whole and completely. It's also the same concept that was taken by Aragon, the books, the story about the dragon. If anybody remembers that one,
vaguely.
Yeah, the movie fucking sucked. Apparently, anyways,
sucked so bad it didn't get a sequel.
Hey, but that's why runes were so important. Where they were seen as both it was their way of writing, but it was also a way of magic. So people who could read and write in runes, very, very well respected people. Because not only were you literate, but you could do things like you could mark important places, mark important memories or people. You you could invoke power through these things, because they said Odin tied himself to Yggdrasil, the world tree, for like a week to be able to understand the power of the runes. Like, that's how powerful.
I like where this is going.
Very, very, very deep
fucking dare you.
going that no one asked for, and I don't even remember how we got.
And we were talking about Loki and why there was a female Loki.
And before that was somehow we got from Nightcrawler to this, and Nightcrawler.
It's a steady stream of consciousness of awesome.
Okay, so to answer your question that you asked probably about 30 minutes ago about the Dark Knight Returns Batman, Frank Miller was the writer, and he worked with 2 artists, I believe. Or no, he was the artist, and the writers were Klaus Janson and Lynn Varley. I personally think that this version of Batman / timeline of Batman leads into Batman Beyond. Yes, Dark Nova Dragon, Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond, which you don't see.
Hate that guy.
You don't see Carrie as Robin in Batman Beyond, so they might be divergent storylines, but I think they fall in the same timeline at some point or another.
Is this the same Batman Beyond where it was in the early 2000s and it was a cartoon, and one of the characters, the Batman, was like, "You killed my parents. I killed a lot of people. You're going to have to narrow it down a lot more."
I believe that statement was in one of the Batmans, but I don't think that was Batman Beyond.
Either way, it's a hilarious line, and there's been various renditions by different characters. It's like, I killed a lot of people.
And it seems like something that Bruce Wayne Batman would say to the Joker, because
but it wasn't Bruce Wayne,
it's the Joker.
Was the not
Batman's, Spider-Man, they're right there on the same level.
No, they're not. I'll take the bait. No,
anyways,
not. You can eat a dick.
What else do we have on the table? Oh, wait. I know where I can look to see what else we have on the table.
I bring nothing to the table.
Uplifting news, my friends. And I say uplifting because it's just been a hilarious debacle. But first, I'm going to start with some sad news. Confirmed December 9th. We lost a legendary designer and engineer with electronics. Masayuki Uemura, the legendary designer of Super Nintendo Entertainment Center, passed away on the 9th at the age of 78.
Sound effect. Otherwise, I play taps.
But yes, we lost a legend, friends. F in the chat to pay respects. It's a meme, but I find it appropriate because it's gaming related.
Yeah, I know a lot of people played the old Nintendo systems. So, of
course,
yes.
The fact that that's where Nintendo started was home consoles.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, started as card games, like 100 years before that.
Technically, we started with Hanafuda, but in terms of the gaming market, they started with home consoles, and now they are the portable market. I am the market.
Huge.
If I recall correctly, the Super NES or Super Nintendo Entertainment Center in Japan was known as the Super Famicom.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
That's why those names look. I am today years old, guys. Okay, I'm stupid. I keep seeing these two names thrown about, and I'm going, "What the fuck is the Famicom?" And then it's like, "Oh, it's just it's just a Super Nintendo."
I'm waiting for her to yeet her phone across the room.
Does anyone have like a CG light bulb we can put above Oni's head there?
So hey, you can add that in and post before you post it to YouTube.
Sure, more work for me.
That's gonna be my forever meme for you, Chieftain.
I got a lighter. You want me to use the lighter?
What's that?
I got a lighter.
There you go. Ding.
Hang on. Let me go light this.
It's taking too long for the gag. We'll just move on. Yeah, she gets up and we see her room.
Next thing you know, you see
Oh.
flames crawling across the screen.
There's some company that's looking for a lighting artist in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm just gonna go there just to fuck with her, get the job there, and go there. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Someone screen grabbed that Twitch clip.
That'd be great. Anyways,
Thank you, Oni.
yes, sad news, and we did finish it up with a little bit of lightheartedness. But I've got some more. I'll say it's frustrating news because many of the people that I know that are anime fans are going to hate talking about this, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. Cowboy Bebop has been canceled after a week and a half of being on Netflix. They will not receive a season 2, which Netflix, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt, I highly doubt you're watching this. 8 episodes or 10 episodes is not a fucking season.
That is true. I hate that shit.
Game of Thrones it is.
That's like Peaky Blinders. Last season was like 5 fucking episodes. No.
Yeah, 5 episodes.
Yeah,
They did that with Masters of the Universe too. By the way, Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe. Fuck off.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's why I won't watch it.
But Cowboy Bebop. Now, you can love it, you can hate it. It's all up to you on how you feel about it. But I'm gonna say right now that those people who think that this live action series was paying good respects to the original content, go watch the original content for me, please, and then think again, because that is not how you pay respects to the original content. You do not put Western, modern social issues into something that was made in the early 90s. Okay? First of all, Faye Valentine was a very attractive woman that used her sexual appeal to get what she wanted. She was a wanted criminal, and she had no morals to a certain degree. She would use her femininity to take advantage of men who thought they were going to get something out of her. And then she would steal and rob them blind and walk out the door. She used her short shorts and her tiny shirts and her long, voluptuous legs to get what she wanted. So Netflix, making the decision to cover her up, took away her agency. Chew on that for a minute, you feminist weirdo.
Yeah, it's sexual in some ways, but at the same time, somehow it's inappropriate.
And not only that, but my God, talk about a weird switch up. Okay, I understand why some people said, hey, we need to make Faye Valentine a lesbian. Hello, she had the hots for the dude that had boobs in that anime. And the reason that dude, by the way, had boobs wasn't because he was trans. It was because he was a super soldier from some futuristic war where they gave him a super soldier drug that had the side effects of giving him boobs. I'm just saying, you didn't need to make the changes you made.
Well, maybe they didn't know the story, and that's
maybe they shouldn't have fucking made this then.
Let me finish the statement. Yes, I agree.
Sorry. I'm raging because I'm an anime fan.
I know, but I'm agreeing with you, which is a rarity on anime.
The only thing I can disagree with is when you look at the first Iron Man movie with
Is that her?
with the
that's Faye. And that's
they changed his origin story because of us being in Afghanistan at the time. That's a modern issue. But here's the thing. They made it realistic enough in terms of the baseline was the same. We were in an armed conflict. He was rich and powerful. He was making money with arms. And then it's getting used against him. That's different than we're going to change the meaning of the show. But Cowboy Bebop was always... I mean, it's kind of like... as far as I'm aware of, and please forgive me, I do not speak Italian. Baccano or Bacciano, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of sounds right.
Where they're criminals,
Where's
okay?
Bandit when we
But
need
we're
her?
supposed to root for them. Lupin the Third. We're supposed to root for the bad guys because they have hearts of gold. It's supposed to be the meaning of why they're doing it. And that female too.
Oh yeah.
She and Lupin
if I
had
had
back and forth, you know, but
that's another thing. Sorry, Faye Valentine, like her character was. I don't want to say it was inspired by the female from Lupin the Third, but they were kind of a same. They were coming out at roughly a little like Cowboy Bebop came out a little bit after Lupin the Third. The like if you were an anime fan at the time, it was one of those things where like kids in the 90s or 90s children or 80s children when it was Saturday morning cartoons, we were flipping that freaking remote watching different TV shows at the same time. That's how it was. You were getting the same kind of media. I don't want to say same kind. It was like a similar genre of media. The only difference is you've got Space Outlaws versus a freaking world renowned serial criminal that stole freaking precious artifacts from museums and blah blah blah, steal from the rich, give to the poor, Robin Hood kind of theme. Like the femme fatale was a icon in that era.
Because it was sort of a renaissance of old school Hollywood. So 70s and 80s were especially known because science fiction really started to become a genre that was really more well known. Mm-hmm. But then you also had someone taking an old French character, Lupin, and basing something off of his grandson. And kind of reimagining it with a little bit of a Japanese flair because Goemon was Japanese. He was a samurai, fought with a katana, everything. But he kind of did his own thing. And then he had his best friend, whom I cannot for the life of me remember. Excellent marksman. But again, stick him and Lupin together, and they have about half a brain cell between the both of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point, though. They're bachelors. They're guys just trying to make it out in the world, and they're there for a good time. But they also have morals, and that's what made them a little different. Because again, at this time, you also with the science fiction genre, what also came out around this time? Akira. Came out. Ooh, that whole genre explodes. Also, fun fact. The Castle of Cagliostro, which was a movie of Lupin the Third.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta say this. Jet Black, the really tall black guy in the live action stuff. Just so you know, Jet Black in the anime is not a black man. Like they kind of went really on the nose with that one. And that was way too on the nose in my opinion. They changed Jet Black's backstory too. Jet Black didn't.
He's right there.
That's not him.
Oh, dude, that's racist. Jet Black, the black guy. Oh, now we're in trouble again.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was,
he's a fucking teddy bear.
No. Jet Black is the guy that.
He's the
guy that runs around with Spike Spiegel, the dude in the suit.
Also,
Jet Black doesn't have a daughter, and he wasn't. If I recall correctly, he wasn't a prior cop. He's always, as far as I know, he's always been a bounty hunter, and he always had this thing about with carrying around this small stuffed teddy bear. But there was a reason behind it, and it had something to do with his
dynamite.
He totally does. Dynamite.
Like they just changed things unnecessarily, and when they changed them, I just felt very insulting to the original.
It looks like it's trying to be modern and retro and futuristic all at the same time.
CG looks good.
It's a bit much.
But what I see so far, but
Castle of Cagliostro was directed by a certain very famous part of Studio Ghibli.
Ah, yes.
It was one of Miyazaki's first main projects. I liked Castle of Cagliostro, honestly.
By the way, other news, recent news. By the way, Ed does not work in live action. She is insane and annoying. And she was always insane and annoying in the cartoon.
Is that
but
the thing?
it's
Is
just
that the person right there?
No, it's the redhead that you see later on. They didn't introduce Ed until the very last episode of the live action. Ed comes in the middle of the anime.
That was like the chick from the cell phone
they're the
commercial.
yellow tank top wearing motherfucker.
No, white shirt with blood red hair, like bright orange hair, actually.
Have bright red hair. I didn't watch Cowboy Bebop, okay?
I would recommend it.
Kikaider. Okay, by the way, Kikaider's voice actor in English, Jiro, voice actor of Kakashi. So, early animation.
Oh, yeah.
Man, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s voice acting was not where it is today. So if you had good ones at the time, hold on to it, because it could have turned out like the original Resident Evil.
Well, what I was gonna say, unrelated to this particular topic, no surprise to anybody who's been following Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, no,
Miyazaki is coming out of retirement to make one last movie, and in about 10 years, he's going to come out of retirement again to make one last movie.
Just one more. Just one. That guy looks like Penguin.
Stones.
That guy looked. Did no one catch that? Did he not look like Penguin from Batman?
He really did. He really did.
Now, don't get me wrong.
This guy in the background. Okay, that you catch him in the background of that scene there. He's the black guy standing tall in the back. Him, Jet Black, is not a black man. And that's very insulting, I think, that they chose to make him a black man. However, he's probably the only guy in the live action that actually acts very well. Faye is turned into an unlikable bitch. Ed is way too on the nose, and it's just really, really horrible. There's Ed.
Yeah, that's the character I kept seeing. Like, they're always with the corgi.
Yep.
And I always kind of wanted. They got left behind once.
There was a fucking teddy bear.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just
Killer teddy bear.
This entire, and for some reason, Ein in the live action, for some reason, Ein, the dog, the corgi, is the cyborg for some reason.
But hey, IGN, you just got lag bombed.
Like, this whole, I hate to be the guy to pick apart. I hate
to be that guy.
You love being that guy.
Media.
All right.
He loves being that. He loves being that.
It causes me rage. Like, how are you going to turn something into a live action and you're not going to pay respects to the original property? Now, here was what made matters worse. Faye Valentine, the female that was piloting the ship in the live action, she's the girl with the purple hair. She is, like I said, her character is supposed to be a femme fatale. And when original fans of that character, of this property, came out and said, why did you change her costume? Why? And they started criticizing Faye, the character, in the live action. She came out, and Chieftain's going to love this. She came out on Instagram and posted a video. It was a very, very disrespectful video calling all these people criticizing her trolls, saying that they're not true fans, saying that they're haters, saying, basically disrespecting the fan base. Didn't we just discuss this earlier and say, why are you going to hate on the nostalgia fans when the nostalgia fans are the demographic that's going to bring the numbers and going to spread the word of mouth, that's going to give you free fucking advertising?
Because she's better than you, of course.
Yeah, Daniela Pineda, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, Daniela Pineda is the purple hair girl.
Okay.
You'll see her again, I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah, but Daniela Pineda said openly, tried to make the claim of, "Oh, I'm sorry, we couldn't have me wear that costume because they tried to give me that costume in the originally, but when I started doing the stunts, the costume would start disappearing into my different crevasses in my body. Like I couldn't wear something so revealing on set." Really? Because there are screenshots out there of you wearing something skimpier than what Faye Valentine would have been wearing, and you were doing way more acrobatics than what you did in this live action here. And here's another thing. They're going to go ahead. There's Faye. You're going to go ahead and cover up Faye Valentine, have her wear something from head to toe, and then you're going to have Spike Spiegel running around half fucking naked. Sounds like a double standard. Thanks, Chief. Yep. Sounds like a double fucking standard to me, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jet. He wasn't a black man. And he had a whole story
I have
of
a
his
question.
own.
Was Jet a black man? Because we only heard that like 8,000 times that he wasn't. Asking for
he's
a friend.
He's a panda bear, or he's a teddy bear.
He's a teddy bear, right?
Well, here's another thing another problem I have with this one. John Cho, Spike Spiegel, the guy that played Spike Spiegel, he
You mean
this guy looks like LeBron
Harold?
James.
Harold and Kumar? Where's Kumar at?
Tell me that dude don't look like LeBron.
Dude,
God help us all.
Look,
Let's not talk about LeBron.
Man.
He's gonna find a reason to copyright strike us. Oh my God.
At least he looks like he's having
No, he'll just say a bunch of white guys are talking about him, and then
there's John Cho.
I don't give a fuck what people think. He can eat a bag of dicks. I'll go on Twitter and
complain
LeBron
about can eat a bag of dicks.
I'm going to go on Twitter and complain and cry about it.
My brother yells at LeBron every day on Twitter, talking shit.
John Cho though, he's like 50 years old and he's playing a guy that's in his like 20s. Like
I used to talk shit to I can't remember his name now because I'm tired. Luke Skywalker.
Oh, Mark Hamill.
I used to give him shit all the time on Twitter. I'd fucking troll his ass. I'm like, you need to shut up about this stuff and just act. No one wants to hear your opinion.
Play with a
yeah, I agree.
And play ball.
Shut up and dribble.
That's right. Shut up and be Luke.
Shut up and dribble.
Don't make me hit you in the face with my dark saber.
LeBron, if you ever see this, you're a possessed bitch.
Well, there's the demonetized button.
You can't get blood from a stone. If we're not getting anything, they can't take it.
If anybody's ever seen the meme, you'll get it because there's a little clip of a lady yelling that at LeBron at a game, and he looks at her like the world's going to end. And the security guard's like, "Hey, lady, don't say that to LeBron."
Like, hey, watch your mouth.
Fuck you.
He goes like, "Yeah, hey, watch your mouth." She calls him a bitch. It was so funny.
It's the greatest thing ever. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I just watch that clip. Hey, LeBron.
So you had a bad day. Make fun of LeBron.
I mean, we want to go to a Rockets game, since nobody goes to the Rockets next time they play the Lakers. That would be exactly what I would say to. I'd be kicked out. I'd be so kicked out. Me and my brother. Oh God, you see,
that's what I used to do in Oakland. I used to fill up a Powerade bottle. I'd freeze cranberry juice in it, and then half of it would be vodka. So by the time I'd get to the Oakland Coliseum to watch an Oakland game or an Oakland Yankees game, I'm already halfway through the bottle, and I'm yelling at Oakland fans. And if you ever been in Oakland, it's not really the cleanest place or the most reputable people there in the world. But
it's across the bay from San Francisco.
Yeah, that's why I was actually living at the time. So
well, San Francisco ain't the greatest place, and neither is Los Angeles.
I was actually
Oakland is worse. Well, not worse than Los Angeles. But
I was yelling at some guy was like, "Oh, who was the shortstop before Jeter?" And I yelled, "Tony Fernandez." I go, "Keep talking," and this is when we got Jason Giambi, like a marquee player from them. I was like, "You better shut your mouth before we buy your whole fucking team." And I go like that in the crowd, full voice, with 10 of my friends there. They look at me like this. You're gonna get your ass kicked. They're like, it's like, dude, when was the last time you won? Jose Canseco was here. Was he now doing drugs? And like, I go, what happened to your boy McGuire? He's over there breaking records in St. Louis. It's like, you guys can't keep decent players. This franchise is a fucking joke. And I started screaming like that.
The Oakland Raiders got bought by Las Vegas because apparently Oakland somehow lost the one fucking football team they had.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they had the 49ers right there. So, I mean.
So apparently, I work
those
with
cities are really close together. So
apparently, a lot of the people I work with are, sports fans. I mean, this state has a lot of sports teams, which is fine. I just am not
just more than you can handle.
But
now you know how I felt with the D&D conversation.
I heard on the radio that the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm like, wait, what?
They're the Raiders.
And then I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, when the fuck did did Oakland lose the Raiders? Oh yeah, like 2 years ago, because they didn't build the stadium and they kept pushing back against the Raiders. And Las Vegas is like, yeah, we'll build you a stadium. We'll fund you.
And Las Vegas has been hunting for a team.
And now
they have a hockey team and a football team.
Yeah, they want a baseball and a basketball team too. So
they can afford it. I don't know if how many.
Well, they want it because it's good for the economy there. The good,
of course.
Yeah. I used to like back in the first XFL days. They had a Las Vegas football team.
Yeah, the Vegas
Outlaws.
Man, that was my favorite fucking team.
Yeah, I got a hat.
XFL. Holy crap! It's been like centuries since I've heard that.
Well, he tried it again, last year? So failed again.
Yeah. That was the Rock bought it and tried to do something to it, right?
That's bad.
Bought it, but it was stupid.
It's about pride. It's about power. What's my motherfucking name? Rock.
Chieftain's Kappa.
So before it gets too late, let's move on to Chieftain's Camper's Corner. And I know you guys love this. This is your favorite segment because there's always those fun sponsors that you guys love to laugh at. And we have a special sponsor this week. Our sponsor is Call of Duty Vanguard, but not the ordinary Call of Duty Vanguard. It's the expansion pack that came out this week. It's the...
What?
The Kyle Rittenhouse expansion pack.
What?
The Kyle Rittenhouse expansion pack in Call of Duty includes... if you get a combo of a 2-kill streak while cracking a third player, it unlocks a special autographed AR-15 from Kyle Rittenhouse. Brought to you by Call of Duty Vanguard. And if you want to be part of Lagging Out, we are looking for these current positions here: community manager, multimedia hype person, content creators, and video editors. Also, you can not buy this chick, but the t-shirt that she has on at our local merch store at shop.spreadshirt.com/likeout. Or you can see that earlier on today, Hero actually got a shirt from the Chieftain today. And then the other two hosts will be getting them soon. So I'm going to give you the zoom there. It's like, what does that shirt say? It
says American Gamers.
It says American Gamer because he is a veteran. It says American Gamer. Him and his lovely wife both got one. Model it for us. Sexy. Look at that. And it has our Lagging Out links on the back. Thank you so much, Hero.
Now I want my model money.
What's that?
Touching the link does not automatically take you to the website. Please don't touch the models.
Please
I want my model money now.
Dear.
I think you need to talk to Whittle Bears.
I don't know if I'd make as much money taking my clothes. Wait.
She's going to get an extra tight t-shirt from Chieftain.
Oh, Lord.
Giggity,
Don't worry,
giggity.
There's a market for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean that.
The Chewbacca edition.
Chewbacca edition. And that t-shirts are as low as $9.50, and we have a whole bunch of them. But the whole reason why I do Chieftain's Camper's Corner is to promote the purple people. Enter the purple
Hell
people.
yeah.
And this guy is amazeballs. You want to check him out. It's called Light Boys Gaming. I don't know, he doesn't know how to spell or something. But it's Light Boys Gaming. But check out this fucking banner, guys. He made this banner, or I think his wife made this banner. So I would just go for the banner alone. So like
I really like that. That's a good font.
And I actually do have a clip of me jumping into his game in his live stream. If you guys want to hear it, it's pretty fucking hilarious. So does the chat want to see it? Because it's pretty funny.
Let's see it.
It's pretty funny and pretty awkward. It is salty. So
no.
But yeah. If I can get to it.
Salty AF.
Salty AF. All right. So let me set up the clip really quick. So he's coming in here and he's like talking about rap names, and they're getting ridiculous with their rap names. It's getting fucking. It's like, I'm gonna get stomped down by MC Stupid or stuff like that. He's like, people have the dumbest rap names. So that was the context when I came into the chat and contributed. So here is
because there's some
the clip. I'm gonna play it. Yeah, there is.
Make them names from FL or either NY. You think they not gonna try to find you for clowning them? People crazy out here nowadays. Like, bro, you talk about my name, bro? Hold on, bro.
I don't care. They can go ahead and do that if they want to, but they ain't gonna.
I'm not finna be the one walking around and finding out that people gonna come up to me and be like, "Yo, your friend on World Star. What you talking about, bro?" He got stomped out on the block by Young Stupid.
Hey, look, he ain't gonna stop out nothing. He gonna get stomped out by me.
I'm gonna come in with my high pitched voice and like.
Hey, look, I'll be the most paid motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, after you done beat Young Stupid, Young Stump gonna really show up, and then you get stomped out again, but worse, because that's what his real name is and calling was stomping people out.
Hey, look, I'm gonna get paid because I'm
you got stomped to sleep on the second one go around. So chill out, bro. We're not going into these names. Is everybody able to join? Because I just sent invites.
I'm in there with
you. Just call me MCP Pants.
MC what?
I'm MCP Pants, yo.
Oh my god, MCP Pants.
That's me.
Spit some bars, LP.
Or Huggy Easy. They like to call me.
Oh god.
What did we start?
Are we doing this right now?
Let's go. Let's go before I beat MC Poopy Pants.
Oh god. I think you should go take a potty break, man, dude. Come on, relax.
How
The audio's kind of low, but my god.
How did you come up with this name, man? I gotta know the origin of it.
What's up?
MC?
I gotta know the origin of MCPP.
Oh, that's from Aqua Teen Hunger Squad. It's a cartoon on Adult Swim.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. It's the greatest show ever. It's huge. It's amazing. You got to watch it all the time.
Hold on.
I'm trying to get Light Boys gaming views, and I'm doing it here on Facebook Gaming because it's the greatest gaming ever. It's huge. It's amazing. I love the Light Boys. I love the gaming. Let's pwn some noobs.
All right, let's pwn some noobs. I got you, bro. Let's go.
Bro, he's just sitting there dying.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. Don't forget that.
I'm no longer president, but I need the stars.
Oh my gosh. I'm loving this right now. Y'all appreciate you dropping in, bro. I know we've been thinking about running for a while, but yeah, finally
Yeah,
it's
we
happening.
have. I do that shit all the time on my YouTube videos. I'll throw in characters and like I have like I was gonna say Barry Sanders, wrong Sanders, Bernie Sanders, the white one. Yeah. Not the guy who runs with the football. I get them confused. But
Yeah, I got you.
Let me be clear. I'm gonna have all your money. I'm gonna take all your money and give it to the poor people. No, you're not. You dirty old man.
No, hold on. I
gonna
think
take my
I
little
follow
hands
this
and
man
slap
on
him across your
YouTube
face.
already, dog.
What's that?
I think I follow you on YouTube already.
Do you? Lagging out?
Lagging out?
No, that's where I do all that stuff.
Yeah.
We did an award show. Yeah.
I definitely know.
We fuck with people and shit. It's fun. There's a whole Twitter war.
If you're
about
not
me.
look,
It's
if you're
hilarious.
not subscribed, or if you're not subscribed to Lagging Out, go do that, yo. Definitely.
I don't
Dude,
need the
that's
shout out, but
awesome.
thank you so much. No one
I'm
likes
used
me.
to
I'm
be-
hemorrhaging.
I'm used to being the one that shouts
subscribes 'cause
people
they're getting
out.
all pissy at the Trump impressions.
I got you.
They're like, you're not funny anymore. You do Trump, and I'm like, well, then go fucking somewhere else. I make enough money doing what I do for a living. I don't need you.
I got you, dog. I got you.
No, but seriously, I actually did work on Madden 12, but that was like a long time ago. My buddy's the art director there.
I got you. I mean, I was just the player of the game for a long.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I kind of lied to play the game. I'm like, yeah, all the time. The last time I played was like on the great NES in the 1980s. I'm old, but
yeah, I mean, at least you're still playing
dude,
now.
I'm a Gen
you know?
Xer, bro.
A lot of people just
Yeah,
gave
I'm
up.
playing. Yeah,
Well,
I
someone
mean,
submit
I don't play
life
that
alerts
game. I just
think
want to
that-
punch people in the face when I play those sports games. It just drives me crazy. I love the fact that you said, "Oh, I play NHL hockey. I don't even play hockey." I'm like, it was kind of required. Like, if you ever see the movie Clerks?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
All right, like
Clerks
they play
was
fucking
good.
hockey on the roof of a convenience store, and they all have these fucking mullets and shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse. I just
No, you're good.
But
you're good, bro. You're good.
but that's kind of like how it was when I was playing roller hockey ransom, because like us Guidos and like we play hockey up there. But we had the long hair and like the stripes on the side,
Yeah.
like we actually played hockey like that. But I played like baseball and stuff too. But basketball, not so much. But in college, I played like intramural. Like I was in an art school, and this is when like Rodman was huge.
Mhm.
And I like dyed my hair different colors, and they called me like the White Rodman. And because I couldn't shoot for shit, but I can steal the ball and foul like a motherfucker.
Got you.
But so like he was called the worm, I was
shit
called the
that I
roach,
do.
because we ever turn a light in the kitchen and the roach like scatters. That's how I would run. Yeah, so I was the roach. Yeah, I fucking suck at basketball. They're losing their shit.
Oh,
I got stories, dude. Dude, I'm gonna get you 10,000 views just from like me being on your stream.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Though.
Let's do this. Let's fucking go. Let's get this guy. Let's make this motherfucker rich. Come on.
Yo,
We
you
gotta
got
hook up
the
with the white boys.
host, so you can start it up when you're ready, bro.
Oh shit, the pressure. Okay.
No, you're good, bro.
All right, I was just talking. I didn't realize I was host.
Yeah, I
Jumping on,
didn't
he's like,
notice either until it told me that I was like,
Let's
you are
put the
not the
white
host.
guy in charge. Let's put the white guy in charge and see what happens. Okay.
There's no historic precedent where this has gone horribly wrong.
Okay, where the fuck are
God,
we?
man.
Okay. All right.
The worst part about it is
I only played this like
when,
5
when
times.
Chief's in charge or hosting,
So,
things
I go
kind of
to-
want to break. I don't know what it is, but things just want to
Multiplayer.
break when
Well,
Chief
you might
is
have to
running
scroll
things.
over and go to multiplayer and then just press quick play, and then it'll ask you to play.
I did back, right? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
You want to play ranked or no?
Yeah, we can run it. I haven't done it yet. So.
I don't care. Whatever you guys want to play. It'll make me get a
Man, that thing is still playing in the background.
There we go. Yeah, it takes a second, but yeah, like you could see how I could go in and like they're just fucking losing their shit.
I died here on the stream, bro. I think Oni called Life Alert for me.
Yeah.
And
Someone call an ambulance.
But yeah,
But
like,
not for me.
he's a good guy and everything like that. So I would actually, he does Facebook gaming. So, but you notice he shared us early on his Twitch channel, which we actually really appreciate. So big shout out to Light Boys for letting me play with him. And we're actually be doing that a lot more. We're gonna be doing a lot of community game nights. He's actually in our Facebook community group. So hopefully like a bunch of those streamers actually like cross pollinate and they watch each other's stuff and they like rate each other and that sort of thing. But he's really funny, and like we actually got into real conversations later about like just like life and everything like that. And it's like, are we still live? He's like, yeah, like people are like interested in this. I'm like, okay. So like everyone, and then like some of the like guys, like when the other guy told me that he heard of me and heard of Lagging Out, I fucking like in low key like flipped my shit. So I was just like,
oh yeah,
really? I'm like, I go, you never heard of me. That's okay though. You're just being nice. But it was cool. But if you want to be a purple person and want to get promoted on Lagging Out, please send us a clip or a picture, Twitch, Facebook link of your stream, or YouTube Gaming does that stuff too, and then put the subject purple people there in the subject, and you could be premiered on Lagging Out Live. That's all I have for Chieftain's Campers Corner.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Quick and painless, right?
Yeah,
it's like a Band-Aid. So, but I had to show you that the Light Boy stuff because we've been talking back and forth for a while. So, and he does shout outs and promotions. He's like a really good guy, and they're funny. They just let me go. I'm like, am I like after that a little bit? It's like, am I talking too much? They're like, no. I'm like, all right. So I just kept on going with it. And this is like after you left, like, oh, I'm going to bed. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed too. And I never went to bed. And it was like 2 a.m. and I was playing Halo till 2.
Oh, jeez.
But hey, we got a promotions in there. So, I mean, that little extra work, it helps with community stuff. So, I mean, I'm willing to do that. And people get to say, oh, like these guys aren't as bad as that they said on Twitter. They're actually really cool. So a lot of people are saying, wow, like, a lot of people are turning around. Like, if we can just get one person at a time, I'm cool with that. But if they realize like, oh, these guys are like kind of salty on live, but they're really, really nice on social media. Like, I want to promote these guys. Like, these people actually know their shit, and they're pretty wide in their knowledge because they have a lot of good people on, like, hosting that sort of thing. It gives them initiative to come and watch us. So if we can do that one person at a time, that's all I'm looking to do. I think it's always a good thing. So just spreading, as they say, like spreading the love and all that sort of thing without kissing people's asses. But yeah. So make sure you check out Light Boys chat on Facebook. And you know how they get like we get bits there? They have stars there. It's the same thing. That's why like the reference to stars is how they get paid. So that's why I was hoping I was using that reference correctly, and I guessed. So I guessed kind of correctly on his stream. So
oh yeah.
But and guys, if you feel free to, like, if you guys like to play multiplayer, go play with those Lagging Out allies there, and even the people on the chat. If you guys want to, that guy plays Halo and Call of Duty, a lot of first-person shooters, and he does a lot of tournaments. So he wins a lot of tournaments. So he's trying to get sponsored. And he does tournament. Like he's like he's fucking good. He's got a good shot. I was like watching him on stream. He's really good. Like, remember I was talking about strafing with the
oh yeah.
Like, he's so good with that. I'm like, I was like I said, I was in a different lobby with a lot like gold players, and I was just getting crushed because he's so good. But anyways, that's all I have to say about that, guys. But I hope you enjoyed that segment.
Oh yeah, that was a blast. I was dying the whole time.
I have to mute myself on that because it runs through my chat still. Sometimes it runs through the chat, sometimes it doesn't. So I mute myself.
Yeah, the sound kind of got a little odd every once in a while.
Yeah, I turned it on and off as I was speaking. That's why it did that. But I usually mute myself so that way you can hear the whole thing. That way there's not like an echo on the stream. But yeah, I think we have like one more subject, guys, right? And then we can wrap it up.
Yeah, sure. I'm tapped.
Because Oni's the hardest.
Oh yeah. Sony, Nvidia.
Yeah, so there were 2 different things I kind of wanted to cover, but this one really takes precedence.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find it. Put it.
It was freaking horrible.
Here's the nicest way I can phrase it. Stop preying on kids.
Please.
Yeah.
What happened? What's the context of that?
Well, aside from the rise in pedophiles, it seems, and maps, because apparently minor attracted persons is someone we have to respect. Fuck you, no.
Is this the PlayStation dude?
Yeah, the PlayStation dude.
I think I heard about this.
A day
And
later, somebody in NVIDIA.
Is this Oni's story or yours? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm like trying to flip. I'm flipping.
I
back and
posted
forth.
it
I wonder
about
who
a
does
week
the- Who's gonna
ago.
be doing all the talking? I'm flipping back and
I
forth.
posted it about a week ago, but Oni said she found it important. So go ahead, Oni.
Okay, I wasn't sure who to go to. Sorry, guys.
the Sony CEO was caught in a sting trying to entice a minor.
No. Actually, Oni, it was the VP, the vice president of PlayStation Networks.
Oh.
It wasn't the CEO. It was the VP of PlayStation Networks. Was caught in a sting operation done by YouTubers, predator hunters.
And so, hang on, let me get this straight. So, big guy on top decides that they're rich and powerful enough to still prey on kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
And then
he was.
NVIDIA did the same thing.
Yep.
And Weinstein was already a predator. Wow, it's like all these places with rich and powerful people that turn out to be pedophiles.
It's
Wow.
almost as if these people have been doing it for years and was protected somehow.
Hey, it's almost like there's a case going on right now that they're trying to disguise away from our attention. I wonder who could
that's
possibly
the stuff that's like,
get
oh,
out.
it's too graphic for the public. But meanwhile, you were talking about Trump peeing on hookers in Russia. That was fine.
Yeah. So something else about that might be playing a part. Federal cases are not allowed to be televised due to a ban on
but they're not being
cameras.
covered at all by many news sources because
I wonder why. The media has been hiding this thing.
shock.
Sorry. I better be careful on how I voice this.
So basically, again,
You could rip on pedophiles. It's perfectly fine. Go ahead, Oni.
media companies covering their own asses, and then them being exposed in more ways than one.
Right. It's so gross.
So
Editor.
the good news, well, the good piece of information out of this is as soon as that shit went public, Sony basically released a public statement saying that individual was no longer working for them.
You know, I'm going to quote Cinnamon Toast Ken in Buff Pro. Haze him! Haze him!
Just thank you to the lurkers that are out there. We appreciate you as well. Thank you so much.
Always.
So
100%.
Sending love your way. Thank you for stopping by.
We respect the lurk game.
The lurk game is strong here.
Oh yeah.
People don't want to freely admit that they like the show. We get it.
Just like back in the day, people didn't want to freely admit that they liked Dungeons and Dragons.
That's right. Oh, that's a callback.
Didn't want to freely admit they liked BDSM. What?
So is this dude
hang on a sec. Oh, Oni, what?
Oh my god. So is this pedo going to go to jail or what?
Kids are off the menu.
So what happened with the sting now? Is this dude arrested? Is he in jail? What's
So
the story?
The short version is the problem with sting operations executed on YouTube and televised on YouTube and stuff. Generally, unless police are contacted in advance, police don't even like to work with these people because a lot of this stuff ends up inadmissible in court for one reason or another.
There's a way to have to do it for it to be allowed as evidence. And the thing is that although we all want justice in this world, we all want these people to be put away, we do have to, we as Americans, follow the concept of you're innocent until proven guilty. You can prove without reasonable doubt that
Rittenhouse.
Oh my god!
And that's the thing is that also goes to evidence.
I mean, Biden called him a fucking white supremacist before he even knew what the fuck was going on.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
And the thing is that again, because you're trying to find predators, you're trying to find people who would hurt children. Cops kind of especially because you don't know if these people have a violent history. You don't know what these people could be capable of because it's legal. Cops kind of do need to be there, you know, and if you really want justice, you got to be able to take them in for questioning, fingerprint them, you know, get their statements and determine if there's a case.
Right, Oni. So, like, this happened with PlayStation. This would never happen with an Xbox owner. I'm just saying. Something needs to be said about the PlayStation people.
I agree.
Just saying.
Dude, you realize Bill Gates, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Bill
I'm
Gates
not
is a predator.
He is a
I'm
predator.
not
He wants to
saying
vaccinate
that
your
the
babies.
people look right, but dude, Bill
Vaccinate
Gates.
everybody that he made because, you know, he's smarter than you.
But yeah.
I'm not saying I would buy a PlayStation 5 because I have neither the money, the want, or a desire to buy a PlayStation 5.
No, but is this going to affect their bottom line, you think?
If it
yeah,
was going to, I think it already would have.
I think
well, I don't
short-term,
know.
yes,
Look at
long-term,
Blizzard.
no.
Blizzard's fucked.
People will forget.
I
People are
think
going to forget
anyway.
about it.
If Blizzard
And
survives this bullshit, then I don't know.
Here's the other thing. As much as cancel culture is a thing, and as much as I don't approve of, well, kangaroo court, I'll call it, the guy got a swift reaction from PlayStation Networks. They terminated him.
Yeah.
And their immediate reaction with that, I think, is going to cushion any sort of blowback that they get for this happening. And not only that, but if we look at things realistically, he's one person out of a company that was abusing his power. You know, the company is not the criminal in this case. As much as I will say openly that companies tend to be the criminals, well, on a moral standpoint.
I just want to say, the second I made that Xbox comment, 2 people left.
I'm an Xbox.
Is that so? Because
man.
I'm looking,
I like
I'm looking at it, and we still have the viewer count that we had before you made the statement.
I had 8. Now I have 6.
Oh, I didn't see the 8.
Yeah. But I just thought that was like, fuck this guy. I'm out of here.
Again, you have no leg to stand on since you've got Bill Gates. But
That's true. I'm not an. I don't know. I have a
no
PC
company is
based.
squeaky clean, guys. No company.
True statement there.
Yeah.
But if I had
in their closets, just how far back do you have to go?
I will say that I don't actually know the story behind the NVIDIA event that happened, but it was literally like 12 hours after the announcement came out where Sony terminated that vice president. Literally like 12 hours later, somebody at NVIDIA was caught up doing the same shit.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know this. I don't know the story behind that one, but I saw the clips of when the YouTubers approached the guy from Sony and said, "Hey, are you so and so? Hey, we want to talk to you. So you were talking to 15-year-olds, huh?" And the guy was like walking away, no comment, and closed the door on them.
Oh my God.
How those go? I mean, it's especially big in Britain, where you've got a lot of those vigilante-style hunters. But
The guys who hunt the predators, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
predator
That's what you're
hunters.
referring to? Yeah.
they are very few people can really say that they have no reaction regarding them or no opinion, because some people either really like them because, you know, they're trying to expose these predators, but some people really hate them because it's like, you're not following legal proceedings, you know, are you just making people's lives worse? They sometimes get booted off platforms for what they do.
Few of them have.
Another major I know it just happened. What was it?
EDP 445. That's all I'm gonna say.
Exposed him. The guys who exposed him, they got booted off of a lot of platforms. But if I recall, I think they are still trying to do what it is that they do.
Oh yeah, Those guys actually they also caught a lot of blowback because the dude that was running that particular group had some skeletons in his closet that weren't related to what he was trying to expose, but effectively he was still a predator that got exposed.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you're gonna play the vigilante,
Hypocrites.
if you're gonna play the vigilante, you better be squeaky freaking clean because
Or if you're gonna be not squeaky clean, at least let it not be against the most innocent and vulnerable people of our society.
Well,
come at me, I fucking dare you.
Apparently he wasn't the type that he was hunting.
Come at me.
He was.
Come at me, I fucking dare you.
If I remember correctly, he was just he wasn't very nice towards women, and he wasn't.
Shocker. He was probably playing D&D as a kid. Just saying.
He wasn't the type that he wasn't the type that would fight women.
No
he
one
was
even
the
take the
type
fucking
that
callback,
would just be very rude and lewd to women.
Okay.
Quality. Yeah.
Well, the only women he knew is the ones that he made in D&D. So.
Now, come on.
I was gonna.
I'm talking about.
Is that a dig at me?
No, it's like it's the 80s
elf.
version, not the new version to people that play now. He was like
Oh.
one of those some old school outcasts.
So you mean me?
No, not you. Him. Are you chasing 12-year-olds? No. Then I'm not
I hope
talking
not.
about you.
No.
The only one you're
Neither was
chasing
he.
is your child, and you're chasing her because she's not paying attention or something. It's silly time.
Oh yeah, because I'm chasing her because she ran out of the shower.
Yeah, it's like you're doing the fatherly thing. They're not doing fatherly things. They're doing fucking creepo shit.
Side note, I made corrections to my setup, so now I don't have to worry about that happening while we're live again.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you were doing.
I've made sure to lock the door when I start this because I don't want her walking in.
I thought you like walked out earlier because you were pissed.
He boosted his defense.
No, I had to walk out because somebody was knocking on my door. I had to figure out.
Oh, we didn't even hear it.
No.
Because his microphone picks up only near his face.
They're like, "Are you done yet with the podcast with 5 people watching you?" No, not done yet.
Actually, it was my wife knocking on the door because she wanted me to put my daughter to bed.
She's like, "I'm working tonight."
I mean, to be fair though, I wouldn't argue with her. So
no, I wouldn't fuck with her either.
I didn't argue with her. I just came out and said, "Hey, what's going on? Can you put her to bed?" Well, she's already in
When
bed.
you did that, Oni went on. She like covered that so well with the conversation. She was just like, she did so well with. He was like, "Is he back yet?" I'm not even sure because she's holding her own here, and I'm just like, and then I go to the 4 shot, and you're there. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I was gone for like 20 minutes. It felt like
Oni fucking held that shit up. She fucking locked that shit down. It was good. So
thanks. I don't know what I did. All I know is
you
I
just
talked about
did what comes naturally. You're being Oni being Oni. So
we talked about how the Phoenix Saga has never been portrayed well because it's too massive, built on lore, like kind of like the Infinity Wars. At least they started with something, but
well,
that's what she
the
was talking
Phoenix
about.
Saga only had one chance to be portrayed on the big screen, and Fox kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
I always like when they drew Jean Grey and all those characters. Like, don't get me wrong, weren't they a little bit more chesty in the comics than they are in the movies?
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm like, I was expecting Chesty Morgan here for Jean Grey, and I got like this 12-year-old. I'm just like,
do you want to word it like that?
Especially considering the previous conversation.
Considering the previous conversation.
Very
Yeah.
carefully.
So like I should say it's not accurate to the drawings or the depictions of the original comic. How's that sound?
Okay, and humans
It should be accurate.
don't look like that typically. So
Yes, they do.
All of them.
I've seen
they're
plenty.
superheroes. They are perfect.
then where's your fucking? I'm sorry, I was gonna say something so rude.
Go ahead, go for it.
Then where's your fucking chin?
I don't have a chin. I have a beard to hide my lack thereof chin.
Hold up. You wanna correct that statement? Because you got a goatee. This is a beard.
What Soda has is a beard.
You know
have
what?
a white beard.
I can't help
He's
you
got a
there
CG
because
beard.
he can't physically touch that beard.
I just shaved most of my beard off. I just have my goatee, actually. I can't stand it. I don't know how you deal with that, because
I don't know how he deals with it either. If you
I
see,
would
like,
itch it off.
If you watch the earlier versions of Lagging Out, hello, Keenan. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, what up?
Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. We love you. Yay. They are new.
Remember old school Lagging Out? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Pepperidge Farms remembers. No, look at the beginning of season 9. So if you go to like one of the first videos we did this year, he's got like a shaved head and he's got like a really nicely trimmed beard. But as the year went, as 2021 accessed through, the beard got longer and the hair got longer. It's like he never got a haircut. So
isn't 2021 this 2022 Electric Boogaloo?
Yes. Yes.
Just
so it's
out.
so weird that like I'm like, where it's like he said I don't give a fuck. I'm tired. I'm the beautiful I'm going to encompass the whole persona of the beautifully bearded bastard known as Hero. And I'm gonna let this grow and dye it white so I look like goddamn Santa Claus by December.
Hold on. I'm not the one running at 60 FPS here.
That is true. That is true. He's like
I actually, believe it or not, I have not got a haircut since the pandemic, and my hair's down to about my ass right now. So yeah,
I couldn't
put it
handle
in a bitch
that.
bun.
I have to because I can't stand it. Like
Man bun.
I can't stand it, so it's up in my it's in a bun every night.
I call that a bitch
every day. Well, I want to get it donated to charity. It's just
Locks of Love. Yeah, you should totally do that. Mo
I
Beatty
would be
used to do
careful.
that.
Of love.
Mo
I would
Beatty.
be careful of charities. Locks of Love sometimes makes you pay a fee. Like they tend to take a bigger cut than the people should have to pay for a wig. So just I don't know if Locks of Love would be the best one, but again, that's totally up to you. So
I think
just,
our local place does it. I'll have to ask, but
that
I
means
don't
you
know
have
why
to
I
leave
haven't
your
done
house.
it. I hate it. Yeah, that's another thing too. I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate long hair. I don't know how women or anybody in general deals with long hair. I hate it. Like,
does anyone in chat
that's why
have long hair?
wigs.
It just drives me nuts.
Wigs
anybody
are like
what?
without the commitment. If you don't like it, just take the wig off.
See,
Life
Oni has the shaved on the sides but long on the top, so it's probably a little bit more manageable.
See, I like that look though. See that
looks good.
I
Like
like
hers
that
is
look.
like
Yeah.
badass.
It's called a mohawk.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that is not racially appropriate.
Oh my god.
Just like my headdress.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
tell people in chat, but people gave me crap about wearing a headdress without knowing the context of why I wear it. And if you guys are curious why I do wear it, you should go to the video, Is My Gamer Tag Racist, on our YouTube channel. And it is, it explains it pretty much. And even the colors, like even the colors of the headdress, everything has a meaning. So that's why the reason why I said it to Oni, because like I was getting shit on social media. Like, oh, this white guy's wearing a headdress. I'm like, yeah, you damn fucking right. And I'm going to do it again, too. What are you going to do? Come at me, bro. I fucking dare you.
Come at me. I fucking dare
Fucking dare you.
Yeah.
I'd love for people to say my gamer tag is racist.
Yeah. Right?
That'll go well.
I'm from New York. Fucking fight me.
I could go through the history of Oni. I could go through the fucking legends of that shit. I could go through some of the traditions. I've spent a lot of time with that.
Wait till I make a CG avatar of that. Oh, by the way, we might have a shot of getting those pilot helmets 3D printed by somebody I know. So we're going to see what we can do. So I'm going to try to get a helmet for Oni so that way I could put her in a Warthog. It might take a little bit of time, so you guys might have to do a few videos on YouTube on your own, so that way I can like model it out and render it out and special effects and shit. But,
and you know what one of those videos is going to be? It's going to be us just drooling over the A10 Warthog specs.
Yeah.
Just like
The sound of freedom.
So
That's funny because you and my dad have something in common. You guys both love the A-10 Warthog.
Yeah.
My dad loves that. It's like it's a tank. It's a tank with wings.
It really is.
It eats tanks for breakfast.
It totally fucking does. They want to retire it, but it's so fucking effective.
No, they had to put a nix on that. They're like, yeah, we can't say we're ever going to retire this. We can't. It's too good at what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Maybe you should have invested in more of those instead of the F-35. I'm just putting that fucking out there. Fucking waste of money right there. Bitch ass F-35.
I saw this video of an F-14. It's like landing an F-14 in 45 seconds. And I'm like, wow, that was like they did it. The F-14 is a fucking heavy ass plane.
Yeah.
But it did the job. I think those are the ones they used in Top Gun. I'm not sure. But the ones that land like an airplane, like a Harrier, what are those, the Raptors? I don't know.
Whoa. Do you mean a VTOL, vertical takeoff landing?
Yeah, I'm talking about the VTOL.
Yeah, the Harrier jets. Yeah.
Harrier, the F-35 is supposed to. I don't know if they ever upgraded that. The Osprey, those all are VTOLs.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fighter jets that do that. I think there's a fighter jet.
Context for you on that one, Oni. There are, I want to say, 4 or 5 variations of the F-35, and each of the variations serves a specific purpose to each of the branches of the U.S. military. The F-35 for the Navy has the vertical takeoff capabilities, the VTOL capabilities. The F-35 for the Marines has I want to say it's a shorter wingspan, shorter and sturdier wingspan, so it could handle sharp maneuvers. And the Air Force is kind of the all-around workhorse version of the F-35, and it's supposed to take the place of the Raptors.
Yeah, let's quickly get into that because we bitched about that before. I was in a base near to an air base where they had F-35s, okay? And let me tell you, just after a few flights, they had to ground their entire fleet of F-35s because they started finding cracks in the frame.
Oh, that's okay. You just put some duct tape on there. You're good to
go. We were told they were supposed to be able to vertical take off and land. As far as I'm aware, they did not at the time. They were supposed to be getting upgrades for that or some shit like that. It almost sounds like the video game industry.
Gave it to Al-Qaeda, and that was the end of that.
Guaranteed money where they're going to keep buying the patches and downloads.
I love the analogy of an incomplete video game with an incomplete fighter jet. It's hilarious.
Sounds awfully similar. Also, the F-35 is, I think, $200 some odd million a piece.
Oh, that's chump change.
For a piece of shit that doesn't, it had more problems and it still has more problems than are advertised to it even being supposed to do, when you could just hire someone to go, hey, we're going to need to make more A-10s. Fairchild is no longer in service and hasn't been around in a couple decades. But could you maybe, make this, but not from the 80s?
Right.
Just make it new. Like, same shit's fine. Same design, everything's fine. But just maybe even stronger. Maybe stronger. I don't know, maybe put some extra in there. But just put that, but now. That's all you need. Just get some A-10s. Why? Because they eat everything. And your pilot is still super safe in there.
The
absolutely safe.
Thing with the 35 is in the problem that they're running into is the balance between the technology that they want in it and what strain you're putting on it with the airframe. When you're going at the speeds that you're going at, you're going to have mechanical issues.
Isn't that what R&D is supposed to be for, though? It's been in development for years. And don't get me wrong, I understand. Yes, most government things take years to develop. But
we're both
wouldn't you
drinking.
be
Hydrate.
shit out first?
Hydrate.
Wouldn't you be finding that out pretty quickly?
I mean, yeah. The stuff that you're putting out, that they're putting out, is stuff that they've been knowing that they've wanted this whole time. It's just that they haven't hashed out the kinks yet, or hadn't at the time. But apparently, apparently these F-35s that are out now are getting solid. I'm not saying they are solid.
They got those when I was still in the military. It's been over 5 fucking years since they put those bitches out, and they're still not fully ready. Look, let me tell you what the Brits are doing. This is what, in my opinion,
They're buying the F-35s.
no, they're not. They canceled like 60% of their order and said, we're doing it in our own turf. That's pretty recent. They have canceled a good portion of their order of F-35s because they are so sick of how it's turning out.
Come at me, I fucking dare you.
And saying, we're making our own fighter jet. I think they're basing it off of the Typhoon.
And I'll be honest, I'd rather that anyways, because
no, good for
I
them.
don't much like the idea of other people buying American tech to begin with, as far as military power.
As long as they're allies, I'm good with it. But if we're like leaving stuff for terrorists to use, then I have an issue.
That never happened.
No, it never happened.
Of
course not.
Not the $80 billion worth of shit.
Yeah.
No.
I love
Never
my
happened.
tax. I love my tax dollars going to terrorists that want to kill us. It's awesome.
They left our military dogs.
Yeah,
I thought those
that
was
pisses me off too. And there's still over 1,000 people,
Americans.
civilians there that they left. So, but that doesn't matter, right?
It's special.
It doesn't matter because you know what? Gas is down 2
if you're
fucking cents. That's all they care about.
Yeah, that's 2 cents.
Fucking
They actually went down
idiots.
2 cents.
We are run by a bunch of fucking assholes.
Idiots.
They don't give any fucks about us. So
nope.
And then we can't even build fucking airplanes that like stay in the air that like need like fixes. What are they, fucking MiGs? Like you're gonna like drop them down, put them in a wrench, fix them, put them out? No. It's a fucking joke, dude. It's a joke. We're a fucking. The whole country's a fucking joke. Don't get me started. That's all right. You can leave. Now we're down to 5 views. Fuck that.
A-10 Warthog is strong.
The Warthog is strong. Just keep making those.
They call it the Thunderbolt too, but everyone knows it's the A-10 Warthog. Okay, that is its only name. That is its true title. I saw a commercial and I thought it was like, we are the first to go into the battle before anyone else. And I'm thinking, this is a Marine Corps commercial. It's a little different from the regular style. Shows the desert, shows military things, this, that, and the other. A few seconds later, and then they show an A-10 Warthog. I'm like, A-10 Warthog. Wait, that's not in the Marine Corps arsenal. It was Air Force Special Forces.
Oh.
Now.
Myth.
Friends in the Air Force. I have had friends in the Air Force. The Air Force, I love you dearly. You are just as much a sibling to me as any other branch in the military.
Here it comes. Here comes the bomb drop. Here it comes.
Please don't fucking call yourself the tip of the spear. That's us. That's us.
Actually, it's not.
Just
because, as we know, Rangers lead the way.
Except Marnes. Marnes. Untied status Marin crops. Yo, okay. We actually had snow that stayed on the ground.
Just like, I don't know.
No, I know. It's just, I know exactly what it is. And the reality is, okay, yeah, before the Rangers go, SF goes. And SF isn't technically any particular branch. It's the best of all
Special
branches
force.
that goes in.
Yeah.
But even outside of, like, when you're talking outside of SF, all those special operations that get waged unsung and all that stuff that doesn't ever officially happen. What actually is reported on when boots go on ground, it's our beloved Marines. My favorite first class bullet catchers, my favorite jarheads.
As we know, as we affectionately call them, the meat shields.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crayon munchers.
They go out
Yeah,
there,
crayon
they
munchers.
secure the ground, and then they send in my boys in green. And the Air Force, they just handle the numbers in the back and send the planes over to eat problems for us.
The real brains of the operation.
Well, I mean,
You know what my friend who's in the Air Force had the gall to say? This motherfucker was like, yeah, we were eating really well until the Marines showed up. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you fucking were, you little Air Force motherfucker.
yeah, and I have no hatred or ill will that I bear towards the Air Force for two reasons. My dad was Air Force, I went Army, and ironically, I now work for the Air Force, so...
No, but the Air Force is such an interesting group, though, because they, up until the Space Force, which I
am confusion.
The
Welcome to
naming
the
could have been a
Space
little
Force.
better.
Take me to your leader.
The naming could have been a little better, in my opinion. But we all know we Space Marines for a couple of reasons.
Call them Spartans.
Copyright infringement. Second of all, because you know Marines gonna be like, hey, where are them alien bitches at? And you know that motherfucker's getting NJP. But
you know what's sad, Oni, is I just got this image in my head. Oni, you're the biggest, baddest short lady that I've ever met, and I for some reason got this image in my head of you wearing your dress uniform and walking up to somebody and say, "Hey, where are my space bitches?" and everybody's gonna look at you and be so confused, like I don't understand.
I thought this was gonna turn out being like the Fifth Element.
We're Spock. Live long and prosper.
Oh, they're gonna prosper all fucking right.
Noise Marines. I pray only to Slanesh, and I pray through blood and slaughter.
The logo actually looks like the Star Trek logo.
I think they did that shit on purpose.
But
and the reason why I say that, and I'm sorry for running you over again, Oni. The reason why I say I think they did that shit on purpose is because there was a major contract about, I don't know, 6 months to a year ago that was won by Microsoft with the DoD, and they called it Project Jedi.
Time to anal probe, hero. Take me to your leader.
Jesus Christ. But Project Jedi was an IT contract. Details will be left redacted. But they have all kinds of naming conventions for different contracts, major contracts and major bids on contracts, and they're always something. And it's literally always something nerd related. It's always got a Star Trek reference, a Star Wars reference, or some other nerd property reference in its naming convention.
So no one goes to the code 420?
I mean, ultimately, uniforms and logos and symbols
Okay, yeah, touche. That probably wouldn't be
going to be referencing major nerd properties, and the DoD is just very shameless about it. I think at one point they had a contract that was C-3PO. There was a contract, I'm pretty sure, that was R2-D2.
That's my cousin.
Jesus
I love them
Christ.
protocol droids. They don't do the anal probes though. Kind of disappointing.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
At all.
Want to go home and rethink your life.
But yeah, everything
hero, wanna buy
in the
some
U.S.
death sticks?
contracting world is going to be referencing something nerd.
Yeah, well, because the Air Force before was the Air Force was the Army Air Corps. You know, so anyone who's got any memorabilia of that, that's pretty fucking special.
It's the Army Air Force. It was one division during World War II. So.
Yeah, it was the Army Air Corps.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah, and I think it only became its own branch in like 52 or something, like basically at the start of Korea.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you might be right there.
Yeah, so for the Space Force, you know, that was kind of the baby branch. You know, this is the newest branch of the military. And then they only count the Coast Guard as a branch during times of war. So it's like, fucked up.
Which is really bizarre because the Coast Guard is Navy
All the way
National Guard.
back to-
And everything the Coast Guard has and does is all literally off of every Navy base. So
yeah,
you
so
have
it's
your
like
Navy,
but none of the benefits of being in the Navy.
yeah, you have your Navy main stuff, and then you have this little corner of the dock that is the Coast Guard. And I'm saying that because I've literally seen that because of where I'm at.
And it's kind of shocking that we didn't have a Space Force earlier compared to other developed nations that have had them for years or some variation thereof. They had, like, China's had one for years. I think Russia's had one for years.
Didn't
So
we
it
try
was
like in the 80s?
What's that?
I think we tried in the 80s, didn't we?
We had a thing called the Star Wars Initiative, but
Right.
it wasn't. That was a Reagan thing, and it wasn't really a particular branch of the military. It was more like, I don't know, like a mission. Like it was like a unilateral between the branches. So like I guess it wasn't really a specific branch per se, but that
Well,
was
just don't
that
tell
was
them I'm an alien, okay?
But that was based on the concept that we had like nuclear missiles in orbit and we can shoot them down. I mean, I saw Superman 3 with Christopher Reeves. That was the whole Star Wars initiative that they kind of fantasized about. But to get back to like actual like space, a space force type of branch in other countries, we were like really far behind. So that was a pretty innovative thing to actually create in the last few years because we were kind of lagging. We're kind of lagging behind in technology in general. But as far as military strategic branches, we don't have hypersonic like nuclear weapons like the Russians and Chinese do. Like they can actually, their weapons can go across the country and bomb anywhere, and they don't need to like have a strategic place like they did during the Cuban Missile Crisis, so to speak. So like that's part of their type of Space Force type of branch, and we don't have anything to counter that. We can't shoot those missiles out of the sky, even though like they say we can. Just have to scare Americans.
Air defense artillery and the Patriot missiles disagree with you.
They're not.
I'm not saying
they're not.
I'm not saying that they're capable, but
they're not hypersonic. They would.
I know
it wouldn't even hit. It wouldn't even hit a tactical nuke coming from Russia. It wouldn't.
Well,
be,
you also have
we
to
would
remember,
be fucked. We're pretty much fucked at this point.
We stopped funding NASA for at least a few years.
Yeah, that's because of Bill Nelson. That fucking prick shut down the shuttle program. One of the Florida senators, and that's why we were stuck for 10 years. Because that fucking asshole. Don't get me started on that prick. He's not in office anymore. We voted that bitch out.
I'm not saying that was the reason why we didn't have a Space Force. But I'm sure.
Tell us how you really feel.
I fucking hate Skeletor. I hate that fucking guy. And then they put him in charge of NASA. But go ahead, Oni.
I'm not blaming the lack of NASA for not having a Space Force because obviously that situation was around much longer than before the NASA situation. But it probably didn't help when it's like, well, we're not funding space publicly. We have a government branch dedicated to it. If we couldn't even give it up for, non-war.
It's not a military branch, NASA, though. Well, it's a scientific branch. So.
Yep.
I mean, I was just told it was basically like glorified part of the Air Force, and then they got to the Middle East for their first deployment.
They work hand in hand with the Air Force, but it's not like it's what they call, I guess, a strategic partnership between arts, sciences, and the military. I guess I could be wrong, but
meanwhile, Marine's like a Marine. It's like that Mr. Incredible meme. Marine is Marine. That's how we think of it. So
Chaos says Skeletor is actually funny. It It ain't him. It's his evil brother. I'm just shocked that
it's not Luke Skywalker. It's Jake Skywalker.
I'm just surprised that people know who Bill Nelson is. So I'm shocked that, like, if you look up the motherfucker, look up Senator Bill Nelson. Tell me that motherfucker don't look like Skeletor. That guy's I think he's older than fucking Biden. The dude is like, I think the dude knew Jesus. That's how old he is.
Shook Jesus' hand, walked on water side by side with him.
Oh my god, the dude was a fucking.
I was gonna say something so bad.
What's that?
Are you sure Jesus didn't push him aside? Walking on water.
He actually went up to Jesus. He's like, "Hey, yo, bro, can you turn that to wine? See that water over there? Can you turn it to wine, bro?" And he's technically an astronaut because he's actually been in space, but he was the deciding vote to shut down the shuttle program. So, and it fucked us up down here like thousands.
Wait, so basically he got to go to space and then he canceled it so that no one else could go to space. I see what happened
and
here.
Then Biden became president, and then he put him in charge of NASA. What the fuck?
Freaking idiot!
It makes no fucking sense. It's like putting the fox in charge of the hen house. I'm like, why would you do something that fucking stupid? Oh, that's right. We have a potato for a president.
Yep.
President Potato. That's what I call him. He's a fucking potato.
Okay, speaking of potato.
Listen to this. Like the Bob Dole funeral, real quick. He wrote, he read the quote, and then he wrote, and then at the end it says end of message, the part where you don't read. He fucking read that. It's like, and then it says like, and this is why I did this. And then at the end he says end of message. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You're not supposed to read end of message. It's probably italicized.
Kind of like Kathleen Kennedy with the fade in.
What's that?
Kind of like Kathleen Kennedy when she did her little presentation and she goes, fade in.
Oh, yeah, like that.
Lights
they
down.
tell us you can't fix stupid. So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
I am proof.
No, you're pretty smart. You're resmarted.
She begs to differ because she's a Marine.
Well, what's your favorite color crayon to eat?
I don't eat crayons.
Then how'd you get that color?
Clear.
Clear? What the fuck is clear crayon?
Clear crayon.
It's called wax. That's just wax.
Uh-oh. The army guy's stunned.
No, it's just I can't formulate a good enough response to just
the beard has gobbled up his vocabulary. The beautifully bearded bastard. He's like Samson. The longer the beard grows, the more powerful he becomes.
Well, speaking of power and beard, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out there. Guess what, people? Since I've been thinking about putting this out on news, BuzzFeed's broken.
What?
Yeah, BuzzFeed's gonna crash and burn.
I only get my news from The Onion. It's the only media source that I trust.
Okay, well, the BuzzFeed is they went public last week, and they spiked up half their value and then tanked.
Really?
Yeah, they went public as a company, and they were trying to get their SPAC investments.
I get mine from Duffel Vlog. Awesome.
Nice. Good call.
That's great.
We all know the one
that gets a that gets an air horn.
Yes. But they tried to
site Babylon Bee.
They tried to build a SPAC basically. They tried to get major investors to invest in their company, which basically what a SPAC is a bunch of investors. It's a shell corporation, a shell board and everything. They all dump in a bunch of money, and then the company goes public, and its intended purpose is to basically either acquire another company to give it, some solid value, or to be sold to somebody bigger.
Somebody
that's
huge.
The whole that's the whole purpose of a SPAC. they trumped their stuff up. Ha ha
Trump.
ha. They trumped up what
You
they
said
were.
Trump
They
too
tried to
late.
build themselves as a tech company because they sell vibrators. Was their reasoning for that?
Vibrators? What?
Yeah, apparently
mean
BuzzFeed
personal
has its own.
massagers.
Oh, gotta be specific.
Yes, they sell toys of that variety. BuzzFeed
Oh.
branded toys. And they.
Why?
I'm not done.
Come at me, I
There's
fucking
more.
dare you.
It gets
Come
worse.
at me, come at me, come at me, I fucking dare you.
Their website
It gets
is all
worse.
Why would I want to
It
get
gets
fucked by that?
worse?
I don't even get fucked.
It gets worse. So they said they have an e-commerce division, and it was built off of Amazon affiliate links.
What?
That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
And they have their little headline generator.
Oh my God, he's losing his shit.
This is why they're a tech company.
Oh
And then
my
they
God.
went public on the stock market.
On false pretenses, essentially.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
it
God.
went from, it started at $10, went to $15, and then tanked down to like $7
Yeah.
Wow.
within the first like 8 hours.
Oh, that's impressive.
I think we found our next sponsor.
So, and here's the reason why this is a big deal in Meek is because it is it's a big red flag, a freaking flag on the play. It's a huge sign. It's huge.
It's huge. It's bigger than my head.
It's a huge sign that
Huge.
internet media companies, BuzzFeed, The View, not The View, I'm sorry, BuzzFeed, Vice.
Don't mention a few. Those women are cunts.
You're not wrong.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So BuzzFeed, Vice,
Joyless Behar.
I can't remember all the other ones. There's like 15 other ones. Heck, even Kotaku, IGN. Those guys.
You just got lag bombed.
Those guys are. They should be seeing, the big red sign in front of their faces right now, seeing how BuzzFeed is tanking right now.
But did BuzzFeed do one of their polls to check which burrito from Chipotle they were first?
They probably did, but it was
Only
the I'm going to shit my soul out burrito.
Maybe they should check their horoscope first.
But ultimately,
The
like
new
what
Doritos
this
shitting
means,
lava burrito.
what this means is all these internet news sites and blogs they're running out of venture capital. Is what it is. I know Chieftain knows what venture capital is. I don't know if anybody else does.
I wish I didn't, but I do know what venture capital is. Yeah, I think a lot of people know what it is. They could just look it up.
But ultimately, venture, like all these media, internet companies, blogs, and news posting sites, they're running out of venture capital. Vast majority of these sites were built about 10 years ago, give or take.
Yeah.
And if
All
you
the
do
money
your
went to
math,
Star Citizen.
if you do your math, 10 years is generally a business plan to profitability.
Right, 3 to 5
And
years.
if you
you're in the
notice, and if you know your business facts or your business schooling, whatever, if you know that shit, you realize you got a 10-year business plan and a 5-year business plan. By 10 years, you better be fucking profitable. Notice how a lot of these companies are eating each other and buying each other out and all this other stuff. Yeah, but did you get your venture capital yet?
No. But yeah,
There
now
you
they're
go.
running out of money, right?
Yeah, they're all that. If you look, they're buying each other up, trying to make themselves bigger, increase their value. They're running out of money, just like you said. They're running out of fucking money.
Don't worry, they'll just print more.
Don't worry. In our business plan, we do have money allotted for strippers and poles and hookers. So
Can't write that off anymore. I tried.
Oh, you can't write that. Oh, never mind. Then we don't have
Nah.
money for that.
No, that's the
actually got
first
the
thing
money
I
back
asked my
from-
accountant.
our studio actually has space for that. I'm kidding.
Like
You know
how
what?
specifically
We
said,
didn't have
hookers
such a
and
private room.
strippers cannot be written off anymore.
I'm afraid to move money on PayPal because I'm afraid like the government's gonna. What are you doing with that money? I'm like, I'm paying myself back. Why do you have this and that? Got to explain.
Right.
And I'm like, I hate you.
I don't know. Have you found all that money that you guys lost?
Right? It's like, what about all that money that you
I'll be
lost
like, I don't
in
know. Did all that
Afghanistan?
money go to small business owners like you said it would instead of major company? No.
No.
No, I went to
did
the
that
Island
happen?
Boys. They went to the Island Boys, man. They got a business
You know,
loan.
which
Oh.
branch does
I have a story for one of the Island Boys. I have a story.
I wish I didn't know who they
This
were.
is this is.
We all wish we didn't know who they fucking
Yeah,
were.
I don't wish. I wish I didn't know who he was. If
Holy
you guys
shit!
are-
Like, who the fuck?
I'm an island boy.
Oh my god!
Look at a wine.
This guy,
Let's go make it shine.
one of the Island Boys said he sold his soul to the devil, and ever since he's done that, he's been depressed. Imagine that. He's like, but I had to do it to be famous. That's what he said. True story. I
Yeah.
fucking heard him say that. Is that
He's
crazy?
not the smartest peanut in the turd, if you ever noticed.
No. And I heard when they got their tattoos on their faces, they cried like bitches.
They cried like little bitches. Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
Did you the one who told me that?
Island Boys?
I don't know.
You don't want to know. Do not look them up.
Do not look it up, please.
I don't care enough to even want to. They sound.
There are these
so-
guys. There are these kids. Like they have tattoos all over their faces, like a talentless Post Malone. And they have like these stupid fucking
They
hair.
are talentless.
They have like these knots coming out of their hair.
That's not a very high bar to set. You know what? Never mind.
Right. And I kind of that.
Okay, so basically, they're people that I wouldn't give a shit about
Right.
if I.
Right. They like
Just-
sit in a hot
but they're
tub.
funny.
And
They're
think-
hard to. They're just stupidly funny and just untalented that you can't look away.
Right. People make fun of them and they think that they're like
Yeah,
popular.
they think they're famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad, but
Essentially
that's
what it
America
is.
for you.
They are
mean,
kind of. I would call this. I wouldn't call this fame. I would call this notoriety.
Yeah.
But the problem
you
is,
are not loved, so it's not fame. You
But
are
when
not
Biden was
loved,
handing
just
out
like
the,
Miss AH is not loved. She is hated. That
They're
is called
fucking
notoriety.
Potatoes. They're potatoes.
but when Biden was giving out the small business loans for COVID, they got like 50 grand and they don't even have a company and they bought a big house in Florida and it's like, really? These kids are that
50
dumb?
grand ain't no. Let it go. Let it go.
Well, you got to remember these idiots probably put that down the down payment and have never made a house payment. That's what I'm guessing. And they're gonna be like, "Why are we getting evicted? Oh, right, we're retarded. I mean, we're
Special
not.
needs.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
jeez.
issues."
Special needs and issues, definitely. Check that box off.
they are
They sell they market themselves as Caribbean rappers. They weren't even
Yeah.
born in the Caribbean. They were born
Yeah,
in
but their
Florida.
mother is supposedly mama's from.
Supposedly, but that doesn't let it go. Let it go.
You gotta watch it. They just dropped the new
No,
video,
I
like,
don't want
6 days
to.
ago.
I have it right here. I have it. I
No!
have it right here. I have
No,
it right here.
no.
We're fucking
No,
playing it.
someone get him out.
Do it.
I'm gonna
No,
drop it.
No.
The
No,
only way
no,
I'm
no.
not gonna drop it if someone like drops 10 bits. Otherwise, I'm playing it right now. And no one's gonna give us bits. So, guess who's gonna drop it as soon as this advertisement happens here?
I hate everything.
It's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire.
They're hideous. They look tacky as fuck.
But they're actually on an island in the video, bro. Like they're on an
fake ass
island.
accents that just sound horrible and racist as God knows what.
Oh, that's bad.
You gotta see the island though. They're the island boys on the
Island
island.
boys.
Oh hell no! I'm deafening this. I'm not listening to this.
Uh oh, here we go. Yeah. Exclusive. 1.5 million views on this piece of shit.
This sound of fashion. I ain't just bragging. Who's calling you?
Look at
Best
these
day
idiots.
ever.
Look at these fucking
Where
morons.
are you? In the island. Coño! Why? Why are you so mad? Abuela, I don't want to come home. You're never doing nothing all the time. Are you out there on that island again? I love it here.
You're damn right.
It's
You're
our
doing
lifestyle.
fucking nothing half the time
we are island
because
boys.
you're fucking idiots.
Air. Oh,
Someone should give them fucking a cheeseburger.
They don't need to be given shit. They need to do something with their lives. Be productive and stop looking like idiots.
Hey, record this real quick. Hey, get us right now.
Now I use my secret weapon.
Cause I'm an island boy, and I'm just trying to make
Dude,
it.
dude even got his hair like
Island
that.
boy. Hey, I'm
Oh,
just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'm just keep what going. I'm just keep that gun. I'm gonna be staring at the sun. I'm just full gazing. Island boys.
All right, Chaos. Have a good night.
Right now.
Later, dude.
I'ma keep it on my island boy.
That's their island.
Island boy. I'ma do it like Cause I'm an island boy. Oh, I'm an island boy. Yeah, I'm trying to make it. Oh,
Man, it is so badly.
Oh yeah, like a rock man with your Teflon. I'ma just
Oni just went blind. Oni's blind.
All right, it's enough. There's enough of that. Fucking
Oni cannot unsee what she just saw.
I had that deafened so that I wouldn't have to hear that.
First time watching the video, by the way. Same here. I'm sorry, but we're not going to torture you guys with the entire video.
Like,
that was
honestly.
Oh, my head hurts now. I'm laughing.
I saw that too, Keenan. I remember them getting booed at a concert.
Yep, they did.
That was
How long have they been a thing?
I don't know.
I remember them getting booed. And if just remind you guys, make sure you click that follow if you haven't already. If you like what you see, if you don't have to click it. But we would love for you to click the.
Well,
follow
nobody likes what they just saw there, Chief. What are you doing?
No, liked us. Not
okay,
them.
okay, I'm with you there.
Keenan, appreciate you.
Thank you.
So much, but because I didn't torture the group and no one laughed, so they're like, "Where's the guest of the show? What does that mean?" I don't understand.
Wait, we're supposed to have a guest tonight?
Most likely.
We did a shout out for Light Boys Gaming. I think that's what you're referring to.
We also did a shout out to Enough.
Yeah, and also a shout out to Enough as well. He's in the chat as well. Very gifted musician.
I can.
Okay, you're looking for Enough. He's lurking right now. We did our shout out to him earlier. He talked a little bit, but I think he got busy.
Yeah, we can actually throw that link again for you if you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to send him love and support as well. We appreciate him coming down, and like Hero was just like telling me before the chat, was like, this guy, like he was like talking him up like it was me. He's like I'm getting a little jealous. He was like bragging about he was an admin in his Discord. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be losing Hero, I think. But he's a really good guy, and Hero doesn't hang out with bad people except for me. But yeah. Oh shit! It's the Polar Express Santa, the one that I'm scared
Santa.
of.
Oh god!
Special guest.
You looking for his ho ho? There's a special guest.
Pulled him out of the closet.
Oh my god!
Oh wait.
I remember.
Probably not the only thing he pulled out of the closet.
Whoa, Oni.
Hey, live your best life. It's 2021. Don't be ashamed of that.
Keep it quiet, bro. Respecting his privacy.
I'm not trying to be rude. I promise. It just he asked me not to name drop his original name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Yes.
Well, no. His new name that he goes by is Enough. So I'm trying not to out him.
Is it MC Enough or is it just Enough?
It's just Enough.
Because you can never get
crazy.
enough, right?
But
or is it you can never get enough? I had an adult humor joke, but I'm not saying it. Okay. Good talk, Nova. Good talk. Now, which Nova is this? The Nova that we play Halo with, or is this a different Nova?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the Nova we play Halo with.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little bit of lesson on ethics here, Dark Nova, because when you left, and I was like, "Hey, I think I'm going to be heading to bed." The thing that you say is, "Okay, Chief, I'm heading out too. Have a good night." Not
Bye.
just leave.
That's just how it is. My Nova does that too.
So
he's just like later click.
I don't know
like,
if it's a millennial thing or you were fucking tired. I'm not an ethicist by any means, but it's nice to say goodbye. I'm just saying.
Agreed.
And so you know, Dark Nova, Chief is just busting your balls.
I'm just busting your balls.
He don't mean anything
I'm just
by
busting
it.
your balls.
And just to rehash on our previous shout out, this right here. Oh, whoop, nope. I'm not sending you some Discord
That's his
gobbledygook.
porno link. That's his adult friend.
Oh yeah, that's my chatterbait.
He said it was the latter.
Oh, okay.
He was tired.
Okay, I figured as much. I'm just teasing you. But thank you for playing with us. And we always play with the community, so we're always looking to get a group of people playing. And Hero always says he's garbage, but he's not a bad player. I'm teaching him. He's getting good. But when he's in there...
Basically, he's saying, get good, scrub.
No, I have to get gooder. I don't know. I'm in there. I don't know. I'd have to ask probably... I'd probably have to ask Soda, like, because he watches my stream. So
and by the way, this here is the link to Enough's YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
Just to rehash that that shout out.
Can he do an Island Boy remix? I'm just an
Everybody else does.
Island Boy.
We got Redneck Boy song out here in Texas.
Come at me. Come at me.
Because I'm a redneck boy.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, if he's going to cover any of their stuff, it's going to be automatically assumed that he wrote it himself.
Yeah.
Because he's going to make it gold compared to that wooden
Let me
coin.
tell you how the remix would go. You open up your music program, you select the song, and you drag it to the trash can. That's the remix.
I want to do a parody since I'm from Long Island. I want to go, I am a Long Island boy. I cannot find it. I'm a Long Island boy. I can't find it on a map. I don't know.
If you're
I did that in Nikki Crow's chat. It's like I put I'm a Long Island boy and she started singing it.
Oh god.
It was funny. If you ever see her Velma cosplay,
oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we got to get that cutaway, Chief. We got to get that cutaway from Keith. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The JoJo reference.
Oh my god. All right, we're kind of all over the place. I think we're getting tired.
That might well be.
It's 12:17. It's past midnight for me.
Uh-oh. Gonna turn into a gremlin.
Well, you know, time flies when you're having
You can't
fun.
turn into something that you already... No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, we'd be a mugwai turning into a gremlin. Sorry. The mugwai.
I'm an island boy. My balls haven't dropped. I'm an island boy. I cried like a bitch when I got the tattoos on my face. I think I'm Post Malone, but I'm a talentless island boy.
The pain.
I'm
But it's so
laughing.
true.
Fucking wake up in the morning, the island.
Island boys are like putting us on blast on Twitter. Can you imagine them like putting us on blast on Twitter with all the chronic
I would
misspellings?
blast them two fucking idiots so bad.
It'd be so funny
Sorry.
because you know everything would be misspelled because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
There's just not enough 2-ply in the world to wipe this shit stain off of it, apparently.
Nope.
I just clipped that.
Good.
Hopefully the Twitch clip actually worked.
If it worked, I would be honored for you to put it on your soundboard.
I was gonna throw it. I was gonna throw it on Facebook.
The Island Boys, there's
Or
just
Twitter.
2 of them, right?
Yeah, there's just 2 of them.
Yeah, they're
and then the
twins.
rest is backup dancers because they're all
They're
dressed
twins.
barely.
They're
they're all
twin
dressed
brothers.
in barely their bikinis just so they could shake their ass and boobs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they call them Island Boys because they're from Cuban descent. So that's why they're called, because Cuba. They go, because Cuba's an island. I'm like, motherfucker, you were born in South Florida.
Yep. But they called their mom on an interview to let Mama say that Mama was Cuban.
Ah, yeah.
It's kind of like our vice president. She's black, Indian, Mexican.
Whatever. Pick a race. I just
Nobody
if I
fucking
ever see
claims
the
her,
Island
though.
Boys, I want to just give them a fucking bar of soap because they look like they need a shower. They always look like they fucking stink. They do. They look fucking dirty. Their hair is all
look
fucking
dirty.
jacked up.
Their freaking hair is horrible. Like, who told them that looked cool? They freaking they went and got their teeth done.
Yeah, the grills
in grill format or whatever the fuck it's called. And all I can say is it looks hideous. You should get a refund because you should try to get your original teeth back. Their teeth look nasty because of that.
They look like human dumpsters.
On fire.
Yeah.
On fire.
A lot of it looked like, and I don't say this lightly,
Here it comes.
it looked like cultural appropriation.
What culture are you referring to?
If I'm wrong. There was a point at which it looked almost like they had like ash or sand on them, like a gray tone on them. Maybe that was just me. That is used in some cultures, usually decorative purposes or ritualistic purposes. Certain hairstyles are indicative of certain cultures and tribes and traditions. But it wouldn't be theirs if they're Cuban background. It seems like they're trying to combine so many things together to try to make their own identity, but they don't even know who they are. They don't.
I think I know who they're trying to emulate. Just give me a second. I'll look them up.
No.
Oh,
no,
it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. I promise. It just popped in my
Snow
head.
actually knew how to, but he did more Jamaican. He was more of a.
I don't know.
Cool.
They seem like they're trying to make an identity out of themselves, but they don't even know who they are. They look like they're like what, 22?
If that.
Yeah.
They're like 19 at best.
Yeah, because I know they were just talking about all the juvenile, but I'm
19.
If that, maybe 17,
I really hope they
18.
went to reputable places because it doesn't take much to make a tattoo.
They're gonna be doctors. Watch. All right.
No,
Look.
the fuck not.
Go live your best life, but you can't go try and make who you are out of something so temporary.
They have all the
Like-
women though, in the house, and
All
the
right.
money.
Women are
All right, guys. This is who they're trying to emulate. I think I figured it out.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Hey, look, you
Ruby
don't you disrespect him like that.
It's not
Oh no! Come on.
Multi-pass. What you got to say, Corbin Dallas?
What you trying to say, Corbin Dallas?
Oh, come
The
on.
whole world wants to know.
That
the
was
Island
a
Boys are
legendary
trying to be Ruby Rod.
You could not have made a more gaudy suit look good. That role was
That was a good
hilarious.
movie. That was a great movie.
Can you make that for me, Oni?
I'm sorry.
Can you make that? Can you make this? Can you make this
outfit
for me?
Maybe.
Can I pull it off?
Would you be able to pull it on?
He's saying, can you pull it off? I don't know if you'd be able to pull it off if you have ever put it on.
That's right.
Have you seen the freaking twig that this guy is?
That's true. Chris Tucker is a pretty thin guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the third Island Boy.
He looks like a JoJo character.
I need to
He
take
had-
all that and put them.
You
in
know
like
what? I can see it. He
Photoshop.
does look like a freaking live action JoJo character.
They were
Giant
probably
penis
inspired
for
by
a
it.
haircut. It
That was a
it looks like cornbread.
Good
Is that
movie, though.
Cornbread.
Captain Cornbread.
Oh god.
Cornbread. Cornbread.
We actually had a character called Captain Cornbread.
Oh Lord.
My friend was writing it. And then he's like, "Oh, let's do another cereal, but for black people." I'm like, "I can't get away with that shit." He's like, "But I can."
You know what?
Because he's like, "What about Afros?" He's like, "Yeah, a Glock in every box." I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" I can't get away with that. He's like, "You get a pass. I'm black." I go, "I'm not putting my name on that. You got to be high." I ain't putting
He
that
probably
on there.
was too.
He's actually going to come on next year as a writer, so he's going to do a lot of our comedy stuff. So it's going to get really salty really fast.
Probably, and I'm trying to link this dang thing. I'm gonna have to.
So basically, you want us to drink a lot of water because
It's going to get salty.
there's about
With all the tears that we're going to be shedding from people watching our stuff.
And the millennials.
Millennial tears.
You better have that bottle. You better have that capture mechanism ready there. Soda. We got to actually collect the tears so that we could distribute them.
Right.
I think Chieftain at best can cosplay the Grinch. Thank you, Dark Nova. Am I that miserable of a person?
6:30 dinner with me. I cannot reschedule that again.
Ugh.
Legendary line.
I cannot reschedule that again. Ruby Rod. He's the best. He's the greatest. Oh my god.
That movie, other than what's her face, was only like 17 at the time.
Mila Jovovich.
And she was having an affair with the producer who was married.
Oh.
Really? Was she only 17 in that?
Yes, she was very young. That was her first role ever.
And no one said anything about that?
No, it recently came out, and she was demolishing people with it.
Was it true?
I believe. Where did I hear?
I believe it because unfortunately, most of the child stars from like the early '90s on up until a certain point, of course, they have a pretty fucked up backstory.
Well, I usually don't watch or read anything that's not credible. So.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. You know.
Did you get that story from Don Lemon or Chris Cuomo?
Hell no! What the fuck?
Oh, you know who actually would have gotten their story from that? Oh, Jussie Smollett.
Free Juicy.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Dave Chappelle to start rolling.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Dave Chappelle is about to start having like money
Don't talk
fall.
about my girlfriend like that.
Make dollar angels out of that. He's about to start making more jokes. You know he.
Oh yeah, I know Tommy.
He's like.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be another special.
There's gotta be.
But I know there was Tommy Lauren said something like, Jesse, I heard you got convicted of 5 or 6 counts. Don't beat yourself up over it. And I'm just like, oh, don't beat yourself up over it.
So you remember the day when she like got kicked out of all the news stations, like because she was so upfront. Now she's like mainstream again.
Yeah. She got.
I used to watch her YouTube and
yeah,
Facebook, and then.
Yeah, she's been engaged like 4 times.
Yeah, she comes over here in between. Well, you know she is. I mean, she's a feisty little.
Yeah,
you know.
She's a firecracker. She's kind of like Oni.
Uh-oh.
Very very feisty, outspoken, knows what she wants.
Educated.
Educated.
That's real.
Oh, I didn't tell you. At the meeting, I got shot down because I was talking about extended reality. They're like, that's not a time and place.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
I'm like, when is?
Don't get me started, man. I'm trying to chill for a couple of weeks before I even think about any of that shit. So.
Did you guys ever get your contracts to sign, or can you not say?
Yeah, we got them. I had to say something.
Like 70,000 times.
Probably have a new boss or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I might be Soda's boss next year.
But if they give him the job without him going to campus, then I am going to raise hell. They told me I had to go to Florida. Yeah, I'm not going to Florida for that kind of money.
I have to go out my front door. Fuck no.
We grant you on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
That's what it's going to be like.
Oh my god.
I have a double master. Yeah. But you only need an associate to get the job. That's what's stupid.
Yeah, it's
Dear
in charge
God,
of people with master's degrees.
you're just overqualified for that role. Why are you
I'm
trying to get it
overqualified
then?
to be teaching at this school, period. But don't tell anybody that.
Well, no, it's public record though that you only need an associate's degree for the position, but it's okay. And then they want you to do all these things. It's like crazy.
That's just infuriating.
That's not a big deal.
Well, the stupid thing is, me and Chief have been doing that, basically the job description for, well, me 5 years, him 3 years. So why not just give us the title and pay us? Why do we have to go to campus? Why do we have to, we've been doing it anyway.
Because they'll just say, we can't pay you guys anymore, and then hire 2 people for each of you. So 4 people for your salary in total.
Yeah, but you put our salary together right now, and it probably isn't even what the pay that new guy that will be asking us. I said, whoever it is, unless it's Chieftain, I'm going to make their life a living hell. So
because I'll be like, I'll be just
I'm
normal.
play
I'd be
so
like,
dumb.
I'd be like, nah, that don't make sense. We got to do that, and then
I'm like, what? You don't know InDesign? I'm sorry, I can't teach you. Oh wait.
Do you guys hear that?
I just missed something.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
There was a boat honking outside. And I don't know if it's gonna honk again. I haven't heard one yet. I've been here like 3 months.
Oh.
I don't know, but it looks nice and cool up there. I just want that cold air to blow through my monitor.
Yeah, it's been raining today. They said, oh, there might be snow tomorrow. I'm like,
it's 85 degrees here.
Fucking
Still.
hell,
We had to turn the air conditioner on in the middle of December.
Oh, my radiator's been on and it leaks the condensation. So it's like, okay, I guess that carpet's just gonna.
I can just picture it because I lived up there, and it's like that cold air just coming through the window would be mesmerizing for me.
And I mean, I get a nice view of one of the Great Lakes. It's pretty impressive.
That'd be cool too.
I saw Lake Ontario from the Canadian side. They were actually doing a giant hockey tournament right beside it, like a street hockey tourney. It's pretty cool.
Guys, being that the hour it is, I hate to say it, but maybe we should cue the music.
But the honk. Boat honk. Boat honk, go honk.
Scream out the window really loud.
Let's not, because there are sound ordinances.
Oh.
I'm on the 6th floor. If something happens, I die.
Damn.
Okay, on that note, don't forget, if you haven't done so, please follow our YouTube, our Twitter, and everything in between. The links are below the video. And on behalf
I did hear that.
Of a wall. No, just kidding. Blacklight Oni. The beautifully bearded bastard with perfect hair, known as Hero. And the only host to run at 60 frames a second, Santa Claus, just kidding. Soda.
Don't forget to tell your friends.
Don't forget to tell your friends. And of course, I'm Chieftain, and we're all signing off and lagging out.